What is up, guys? It's me, Dusty Minister, and I'm finally back with a new video. Guys, I have had a long-ass break. I have had a bit of a vacation after the World Championship, but I want to recap a little bit about that, even though it's fairly long ago. I would just say thank you so much, guys. You guys have been absolutely amazing. The comments in the World Championship are really nice, and there's a lot of you who have a lot of questions. There's a lot of you who have said very positive stuff. Many amazing things in general. I really like the engagement and all the passion there was for the World Championship. The views for the videos are actually through the roof. I have one that is literally closing in on 10,000 views. I have the final in of itself is 4,000. There are many games that has been watched by you guys, and I am like, I can't put words to how thankful and grateful I am for all of that support, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. So I actually figured that one thing I noticed was a lot of you guys in the comment sections was like, I didn't even know that there are tournaments out there. I didn't even know that this and that happened. What the hell? Like, what's going on? Is the scene still alive and stuff? The answer is yes. The scene is very much alive, and the competitive scene is very much alive. I would actually say, compared to a lot of other scenes and communities that I've been a part of throughout my time as a video gamer, I think Dawn of War might actually be the most competitive compared to how small the community is. There's a lot of Discord servers. I might make a video on that because you guys keep asking about Discord servers and stuff. But there's a lot of Discord servers that has several arrangements when it comes to tournaments. And actually, in fact, what I wanted to do was to show you guys another tournament. That's right. For some reason, Dusty Minister, even though he got so burned out after the World Championship, he thought, let's have another go. So what I'm going to bring you guys is going to be BAD Cup 3. Now, this cup happened actually pretty much a year ago, as of recording this in the late January of 2025. This happened literally a year ago. This also means that BAD Cup 4 also happened. I might cast that, but it'll probably be later in the future. These tournament casts really requires a lot. But the reason why I picked this tournament, because trust me guys, there are many good massive tournaments out there, but the reason why I picked this one is because a lot of you guys talked about, why is there no Space Marines in the World Championship? I want more Space Marines. Hey, can we have some more Space Marines? And this tournament is full of Space Marine players. And you might say, oh yeah, but they're newbies, right? Well, some of them are not that experienced with Space Marines, but one of the players are extremely experienced with Space Marines, and we'll get to who that player is. But there's also another reason why I'm showing BAD Cup 3. I think this is probably one of, if not the biggest tournament in last year. Except for the World Championship, of course. Like, World Championship is goated. But BAD Cup 3, that is some legitimate competition for a really big tournament. This tournament consists of 32 players. There's no group stage. I'll actually go through the rule settings and stuff for this tournament. I'm gonna be very short about it. So if you don't care about the rules and you're just like, I just want to see some games, then go down in the description and click on the timestamps so you can actually get into the action and watch some insano games. I'm also going through the bracket, so you can just go through the description of this video and get into the timestamps. So I'm gonna give you the rules, then I'm gonna go through the bracket, and then we're gonna get into the action, guys. Okay, guys, so here it is. This is BAD Cup 3 and the rule settings. The host was Dredic. You guys already know who Dredic is if you watched the World Championship and also the Burger Cup that I did originally. So yeah, pretty good player. He's also, I don't know if he's some like clan leader for BAD. By the way, that should probably be mentioned. BAD is the biggest clan in Dawn of War Soulstorm, and this is kind of a international cup. Like all players can join this. It's not just BAD players. But BAD 3, I'm gonna go through this rule setting. I'm not gonna go in depth with everything, but yeah, let's get into it. So this is the English version. There's also a Russian version. This is normal for these kind of Discord channels that there's something in Russian and then you just scroll down and then you see the English version. Most Russian communities actually want foreigners or like non-Russian players to join their tournament. So they usually have a English translation. But let's get into it. BAD Cup 3, briefly. Check in at whatever. Double elimination with a loser grid. Grid is just the Russian way of saying loser's bracket. So it's the playoff setting, just like the World Championship. And then each match is played in best of 3. In the loser grid or loser's bracket, it's a best of 1. In the final of the losers grid, it is best of 3 and the best of 5 super final. So it's basically just the exact same as like the World Championship. Chunk, alternative chunk, playing 3/5 map pool cards. This is just how the banning works. It's basically the same as the World Championship. Then prize money, 600 rubles. I don't know how much that is in dollars. It's not a lot of money. No shade to these guys, but it's not a lot of money. Okay, I'm actually back, guys, because I wanted to calculate how much this is. This is around $60. So it's not a lot of money, but that's not the point with these tournaments, guys. Most players, it's not that money doesn't matter. It's just, it's not the main reason why people show up. So 6,000 rubles is completely fine for a lot of these tournaments. I think BAD Cup or Burger Cup, sorry, was even less. So it is what it is. 6,000 rubles. That is the prize pool. And then 3,500 rubles and so on and so forth. It's not a lot of money, as you can see. But then there's a funny addition here. There's also additional prizes for Space Marine players, which is probably the reason why there's a lot of Space Marine players in this tournament. There's an extra 1,000 rubles for a Space Marine player if that Space Marine player gets second or third place. And if the Space Marine player literally wins the whole thing, they get 3,000 rubles extra. Okay. That is that is interesting. I think that is a good way to actually get more Space Marine players. However, Space Marine gets nerfed in another way. Like, this is one way to get a lot of Space Marine players. I personally think that the World Championship did it better with having the ban system, because that makes it so Space Marine can avoid the absolute worst of all their matchups. But Space Marines has some rough matchups. Dark Eldar is absolutely close to being unplayable. I think Orcs can be very tough. There's a lot of matchups for Space Marines that can be tough. But having them to remove at least one race is pretty good, I think. But yeah, we might do this for a World Championship next year. Or this year, I should say. So we'll see. I think this is at least interesting. Okay, in detail. Double elimination, we already went through this. Choosing a race. So they get 2 races per tournament. No bans, which is like what I was talking about. And then the second race is taken if you lose the game. I'm not sure what this means if you can choose to play, like, maybe it's like 2 races per round, one primary and then one secondary. And then the secondary you can only pick if you lose. And you will play it until the end of the best of. So this is like completely just like the World Championship. You don't get to change your race back and forth 24/7, or by agreement of both sides in case of a mirror. I like that idea, actually. I never thought about that, but mirrors can sometimes be, well, sometimes they're actually fun to watch, but they're not fun to play. So I understand this. Game settings, we don't need to talk about that. Because just set your game settings correct, right? And then victory conditions, annihilate and control area victory. I've never seen anyone win by this. And then take and hold. Guys, take and hold is a victory condition. It's literally like, if you don't have this, this is not Dawn of War. The map is selected by striking out. Yeah, this is just a ban system. Just exactly like the World Championship, basically. If it's a best of one, you end up with only one card. When they say card, they basically just mean one map card. And then best three cards left, and then best of five cards. Best of 5 format is selected according to your position in the grid. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. If you're in a winner's bracket or it's the loser's final or whatever, yeah, that makes sense. Next, the first map is determined from the remaining maps by striking out. Yeah, exactly like the World Championship, basically. The player who started striking out from the main pool concedes the right to start striking out from the remaining maps. Okay, yeah. The game is required on maps with the prefix remastered or edit. So basically, if it's possible to have remastered or edit version, you play that. So for example, if you play Fata Morgana, you basically get remastered. If you play Quest Triumph, you don't have to, because there's no remastered version for Quest Triumph. And then interestingly, except for Fallen City, on it at will. I'm not sure, this might be a little mistranslation here, but I think you get the option to play Fallen City Remastered if you want to. There are also people who don't like Fallen City Remastered. We had that for the tournament in the World Championship. It's not that we didn't mind people going Fallen City, but we said basically remastered is what you're supposed to go. But I've heard other people say that they don't like the remastered version for Fallen City. So we might consider that for the World Championship too. In the future, the loser chooses any map. Yeah, so same as World Championship, basically. The Super Final, 5 maps are selected. The player... Yeah, nothing new. Same as the World Championship. Replays, be sure to save replays. Judges, this is just all the names. And then the rule setting here is basically just the same as the World Championship. You don't do vehicle pathing. Dual use abilities, yeah, that's just no-go. 2 sergeants on the Celestians, like all bug abuses, basically. Oh, the map pool, this is really important. So by the way, like as you can see here, there's no group stage. So it's just straight into playoffs, which by the way, just a personal opinion. This is very, very personal. I understand why, but I personally think group stages are amazing because they make it so you can seed the players going into the playoffs, so you don't get messed up matchups without players to having being working for it. So for example, Master Yoba got number 1 in Group C in the World Championship, and Tanya Filia, he got 4th place in Group D. And so Master Yoba worked for that number 1 spot, and then these 2 players went up against each other. That was a one-sided easy game for or easy series for Master Yoba. Whereas Alex UK, he got 2nd place in Group A, and then Rom Reeses got 3rd place in Group B, and so those 2 went up against each other. And so what I'm trying to say here is group stage can kind of get some smart, interesting setups for some good matchups in the playoffs. And also, as you will see throughout the bracket, is that the closer you get to the bracket, the more balanced out it will be, at least in theory. But I don't want to go too much into it. The other thing that I don't like about just making a bracket without seeding the players is you'll get really, really, really strong players. Say, for example, you get Deco versus Master Yoba, and they go up against each other in first round. One person has to lose and go down in losers bracket, and then play the losers bracket for the whole tournament because he was unlucky to play up against the other player, basically. Whereas then you'll have like two players that is kind of lower level, and they'll also play against each other in the first round. And so it gets really skewed and weird in the playoffs, in my opinion, if you don't have a group stage and you don't seed the players. But obviously, this is my opinion. But let's just talk about the map pool here. So Outer Reaches, Battle Marshes, Fallen City, Quest Triumph, Shrine of Excellion, Titan's Fall, Tranquility's End, Sugar Oasis, okay. Oh, I like that. Blood River, Deadly Fun, Archaeology, Meeting on Minds, Emerald River, jeez, and Bloody Hell. That is absolutely... That's a massive map pool. Actually kind of funny. So we also considered Deadly Fun Archaeology for the World Championship, but the reason why we didn't go with that is because I think it was Master Yoba who told me that he's like, why have Deadly Fun Archaeology and Outer Reaches? They're very similar maps. I'm not sure if I completely agree with him, but I know exactly what he means, and he's a pro player on the highest level, so I completely understand what he means, that they're very similar maps. But here we have two of them, which is going to be really good for everyone but Eldar. That's pretty good, actually. And then Battle Marshes, goated map, one of the best. Fallen City, pretty decent map. I'm personally not a big fan of Fallen City, but I understand why it's here for sure. Quest Triumph, I think it's an amazing map. Shrine of Excellion is kind of a must to have in your map pool. But then what is funny here is we also have Meeting of Minds. So we have Shrine of Excellion, Meeting of Minds, and Sugar Oasis. That seems very eco-heavy. I'm not sure. I don't remember eco... no, Sugar Oasis only have 5 points. My bad. I'll actually take that back. But what I'm trying to say is... Emerald River. This seems like... Oh, and there's no Fata Morgana. I just noticed. Jeez, okay, no Fata Morgana. Okay. I actually heard this from especially Master Yoba, but he wasn't alone in this, but he was the main guy to actually be against Fata Morgana because he thinks that it's a very boring map, and I've actually grown personally to dislike Fata Morgana. I think it's a very boring map. It usually is really, really hard to pick big fights for that. It's hard to fight on that map because it's a very tight map. But I think what is interesting about Fata Morgana is it's really, really good for Eldar. It's a very strong Eldar map. But you know what's not a good Eldar map? Outer Reaches is not a good Eldar map. Emerald River is such an extreme map. That is Dark Eldar Heaven. That is really, really bad for Eldar for sure. And what is it like? Deadly Fun Archaeology, not the best Eldar map. Quest Triumph, also not the best Eldar map. So this map pool seems like it's very much against Eldar. But then on the other hand, I feel like that is just going to make it easier for Orcs. Orcs will definitely like this. Because the second strongest race in tournaments, at least, is definitely Orcs. Except if it's really, really good Dark Eldar players. Then, like we're talking goated, like Stas or something like that, Dark Eldar players. Then Orcs will definitely be the second strongest race. And I think this map pool is really strong for Orcs. Like, they like Meeting of Minds. They love Shrine of Excellion. They really, really like these maps where they get a lot of economy. in certain matchups, Out of Reach is pretty good for orcs. Like there's a lot of good, like Quest Triumph is pretty good orc map as well. This is a very, very good orc map pool the more I look at it. So I like this map pool. It's very, very nerfy. Like it really nerfs Eldar, but I'm actually a little worried that we will get a lot of orcs. Like a lot of orcs. But you know what we also get? More Space Marines. Space Marines love this map pool. Like Quest Triumph, Shrine of Excellion is a really, really strong Space Marine map. And Space Marines in certain matchups really like Out of Reaches. Blood River is a really, really good Space Marine map. So I think Space Marines really also like this map pool. Wow, this is an interesting map pool. Sorry, I'm actually just talking too much about this map pool. We should get into the bracket, but I really like how this map pool is put together. And they also have Sugar Oasis. So this is amazing because I have never casted a game of Sugar Oasis. So I can't wait, honestly. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into the bracket, guys. And let's see what happens. Okay, guys, so this is going to be the bracket here. And as you can see, absolutely ridiculous players. Some of them were not a part of the World Championship. But if you watched my Burger Cup 21, then some of the players you will recognize for sure. Destar and Blast is in here. They're going to face off. This is exactly what I mean. They're going to face off in the first round here. This is, yeah, going to be fire as the first game to watch. I like the first series. But man, I feel bad for both of these players going up against each other. That is going to be interesting. And then Nameless and CherePok. Okay, CherePok is a pretty good SM player. I haven't seen him in a long time, but I believe he's a pretty good SM player. He's not like next level GOAT SM player or anything like that, but he's a student of All Seeing Eye for sure, who's the best Space Marine player in the world. So CherePok, a pretty good Space Marine player, going up against Nameless as Sisters of Battle. That is going to be interesting. I can't see what the second race here is for Nameless, but whatever. Master Yoba, probably the GOAT. He's going up against Warp Games. I've never seen Warp Games because his games were bugged when I tried to cast in Burger Cup 21, but I know he was in Burger Cup 21 and he did pull off some wins here and there, so and then Archigun. Archigun is a pretty good player, I think. I've seen him play a lot of many different races, but he's playing orcs this time. Alacrovan, I don't know this player very well, but I've seen him in many Discord channels. He's very active, so going to be interesting to see him too. Ataraxia, you guys know who this guy is. He had some like that series against Bloody Monster is probably the most ridiculous series I've ever seen. So yeah, Ataraxia is in here. Atla was in Burger Cup 21. Pretty decent player. I'm not sure if it's going to be easy to play up against Ataraxia, but we'll see. Scouty, really strong Chaos Space Marine player. He was very close to joining the World Championship, but he had to deny it in the end because he wouldn't have time for the World Championship, but he's a very strong Chaos player. Warden, pretty good Eldar player. Going to be interesting to see how he goes up against Scouty. Alex UK, you guys know who this guy is at this point. Forgotten, interesting player. He did get absolutely destroyed in the World Championship, but I know Forgotten can play better than what he did on World Championship, so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays. Bogig, going up against Sir Sorg. So this is the guy that I talked about being the most experienced Space Marine player in this tournament. Sir Sorg, very, very strong player. He can play anything. Like, he's most known for his Eldar, but his Space Marine is like really, really, really freaking good. And then Bogig, also a decent Space Marine player. Sadly, all the games that I've seen of Bogig in Burger Cup 21, he got absolutely smashed. So maybe he can have a better opportunity. He also played against Eldar, to be fair. So going to be interesting to see Bogig, but he's another Space Marine player. Then we have Side. I don't know who Side is, but he also plays SM. Dead Maroos. I'm not sure who this player is either. It might be a Smurf named Tornado. You guys, like, you might be like, oh, that's the world champion. right? Deco is an absolutely amazing player. You guys know that this guy is insane, but you guys don't know who Tornado is if unless you are unless you're connected with the community. Tornado is an insane Tau player. If El Bandito is not the best Tau player in the world, Tornado most likely is. He is an absolutely insane player. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see Tornado in this tournament. And then Verkaman, I'm not sure who this is, but he's playing Necrons. He's going up against Frenetic, another insane Eldar player. We saw him in Burger Cup 21. He should also have played in the World Championship, but he got recruited to the army. So, but now he's back. Frenetic is still back. I think he's playing right now. But yeah, Frenetic, he joined this tournament. Really strong Eldar player. One of the best. Maybe not the best, but very close to being. He got 3rd place in Burger Cup. And then Superman. I don't know what happened in the World Championship. I swear to God, guys, Den Superman is a really strong player. But he's going up against Rombrises, who did struggle in the World Championship. So we're going to see if Rombrises has a better performance in this tournament. Flasso was a part of Burger Cup 21. I don't remember him getting far, but he's going up against Tinophilium. Got Fiesta. I am not sure who this player is. He's actually going up against the 2nd best or the best Tau player in the world, which is El Bandito. El Bandito also did struggle a bit in the World Championship, so going to be interesting how he will fare in this tournament. And then Aram Beast is going up against Bloody Monster. That is going to be insane. And Tal Raj, a pretty good IG player. He's going up against Sova. You guys don't know who Sova is, potentially? Sova is... what's his name? Obla. I think his name is Obla. He's a very, very strong Russian player, I think. I think he's Russian. Oh, I might take that back. But he's always high-rated. Really, really strong player, actually. So there's a lot of powerful players here. I can't wait to go through them all. So what we're going to do for this video is going to watch this series, this series, this series, this series, and yeah, I think we'll watch this series as well. So we're going to go through all these games here, all these series here, and then we'll work our way through that, and I'm going to recap throughout the whole tournament. So let's get into it, guys. Let's smash this one. Let's start with the Destar versus the Blast Furnace. Let's go. Okay, guys. So the first game is going to be on Meaning of Minds. It's going to be the Destar versus the Blast Furnace. And both of them are playing Orcs. Blast, he chose to go Orcs as his main race for this tournament. His second race is Dark Eldar. But yeah, he's going Orcs first in this tournament. So let's see here. He's going up against Destar, who actually mains Orcs. So I think this might actually be a little bit favored towards Destar, but we'll see. On the left-hand side, speaking of the man, got Destar. He goes the Boys Hut and Generator. 2 Slugger Boys, Gretchen. Shooter Boys will probably get out here, and then Big Mech. And then Blast is basically doing the same opening. And looks like they're actually going to mirror capture. Yeah, they're basically doing the same cap order, capturing this as the first, and then capturing this right after. Obviously, Shooter Boys, Generator, so complete standard build order. See, he'll probably, yeah, he'll capture this, and then these Slug Boys will probably go over here. Whoops. Scroll wheel messing around a little bit. I think these guys will probably go over here, obviously, and then capture. What the hell is my scroll wheel doing? Hello? Jeez, dude. Yeah, sorry guys. Really, not the best start for scroll wheel problems here, but it happens. I need to get a new mouse. Jeez, dude. So, nothing big happening. Basically, the players just doing the same cap order here. Yeah, exactly the same cap order, in fact. These Shooter Boys here are probably going to walk over here, see if they can harass something. These Shooter Boys are also coming out for Blast. Big Mech basically getting out immediately. This Blast is actually teleporting immediately out here. That's interesting. Destar is actually just chilling. He's not in a hurry here. But that means that Blast is actually winning this section here, this heavy cover section here. Okay, killing one shooter boy here. Probably killing the second one. That's not the best for Destar here. Oh, he doesn't even kill this from Blast. Oh my god, so he lost 2 here. Not the best start for Destar. You guys know that in the highest level, like, even small things can actually be very game-breaking here. But Dawn of War is a game where you can definitely get some comebacks. It is possible. But not the best start for Destar. Let's see, he's going back in, and he brought some Slugger Boys with him. One shooter boy going down for Blast here. Very much a back and forth here. But Blast is also bringing his Slugger Boys to the table here. He's just going straight in here. Destar detaching his Big Mech here. Very risky play. Oh my god, he's actually taking a beating from Blast's Big Mech here. Very much a back and forth here. I see a lot of orcs dying, but they have the color scheme of Destar for the most part. And also his Destar's Big Mech actually took extra damage. Really, really good early game here for Blast. Really, really good actually. Let's see economy here. 97 to plus 10 for Blast. And 104 to plus 10 for Destar. So a little ahead in terms of economy. Looks like Destar is... Okay, he's getting another wall banner here. What about the pilot gun? So the pilot gun is a little delayed for Blast. Not the biggest difference here. Another shooter boy getting out here. I imagine Destar will do the same. Or will he? Yeah, he's getting another... he's getting another shooter boy here. So both players just increasing their economy. Both players have a critical location each, but Blast, because of this exchange, actually gets to control the middle point here. Looks like we're gonna have a fight here. Nope. Destar has to leave here. That's too much firepower. Okay. Destar has to respond to this. He's getting his big shooters. Blast is a little delayed in that capacity, but he has the Stone Boys here. Destar no Stone Boys so far. However, he's gonna catch out these Slugger Boys here. Blast actually teleporting out here. Destar is going ham here, but these Stone Boys are hunting down these Shooter Boys. Okay, nicely done here. All the Slugger Boys dying here for Destar. He's losing most fights, Destar here. I assume both players are, yeah, Heavy Boy armor and then Blast here. Destar also getting Blast here. It's not uncommon to see orcs basically just skip the more DACA research in the early game and just immediately get that Blastier research. Okay, Destar going in here. Stone Boys responds by jumping to Destar. Shooter Boys here. But Blast has to disengage. He's actually cheekily going to decap this. Interesting. These Slugger Boys are also chasing down these Shooter Boys. Stone Boys are out for Destar. I didn't mention that. Very much a back and forth here, but now these Stone Boys are jumping back in, whereas these guys are isolated a little bit from the fight. Destar is going very, very deep here. I think he'll get, I think he'll lose some orcs here for sure. A little hard to see. This is Destar's Stone Boys. This is Blast's Stone Boys. This Slugger Boy squad actually gets wiped. Nicely done here by Destar. Destar is gonna go back in here. These Stone Boys are very, very few members now. These Shooter Boys keeps getting tied up. But there's only one Stone Boy actually, and now Blast actually teleports in here. Nicely done. Oh my god, so many Shooter Boys dying here. There's only 2 members left. I think Destar is losing the fights 24/7 here. Just incrementally losing more units. Looks like Destar now is trying to decap this, but Blast is definitely going back in here with these Stone Boys. He's gonna go in with these Shooter Boys, but looks like Destar will try and catch them off. This is such a crazy fight. This is exactly what I wanted with Orcs. I want Orc mirrors to be like this. Let's see here. There must be some tier 2 shenanigans happening soon. Yeah, Blast is actually tier 2. He's a little behind in eco, or he's ahead in eco, but he's also starting to lose some units here and there. The Destar is going all in, however, as you can see. Yeah, Blast needs to be a little careful because he's teching, whereas Destar is not teching the same way. Well, now he's getting his war banner, but Destar is only plus 10 in power. Blast is plus 30, so Blast needs to lose these, or he should lose these fights because he's investing so much in economy. It looks like he is actually losing a little bit here and there, but he's fighting really, really well. As you can see here, Destar has a pretty strong army here. But I think, yeah, Blast is definitely getting that Big Mac shop here, so he's getting good vehicles here. He can just get a, what's it called? He can get a war truck, and then just put these Shooter Boys in the war truck. See here, Destar no vehicles so far, but he's also delayed with the generator and stuff. Oh, this doesn't look good for Destar, I will say that. And we also have Knob Squads. This is going to be painful, I think. Here, Blast can just teleport in with the Big Mac. As soon as you see Orcs go knobs, usually the Big Mac likes to get attached to the knobs, so he can actually teleport in and do some crazy engagements. Knobs are very tanky. Now we get the war truck as well. Yeah, Blast is ready for an engagement. He needs to use the fact that he's ahead in terms of tech. Destar is getting his Big Mac shot, but he needs to disengage here immediately because now Blast is going all in here. And he's relentless here. Good grenade here on these Shooter Boys. Yeah, this is brutal. This is absolutely brutal for Destar here. He has a whole Shooter Boy squad caught off guard here. Interesting teleport here. Nicely done here. Yeah, this is brutal. Blast is going all in here. He wants to finish this game. This is going to be the final nail in the coffin. There's no vehicles coming in for Destar. Blast is all in here. They actually get tank busters here. They might be able to do something. But who's gonna kill these knobs, man? And even the Storm Boys are very, very hard to kill. Blast just needs to make sure that he's not losing too many Shooter Boys. He disengaged this war truck so it's not getting hit by these tank busters. Really, really good by Blast here. War truck is coming in for the start, but it's too late. The Destar has to leave here. Nicely done. Blast Furnace. He draws first blood of this series here. Nicely done. I think this game basically got decided by the fact that Blast, he lost, or Destar lost so many orcs here. And then Blast actually chose to keep on fighting. I think he knew that he was ahead. So he started just investing in more economy and teching. And as you could see, Destar was actually getting a very, very sizable army and actually starting to hit back. But the problem was he didn't do enough damage to Blast. And Blast just didn't overextend. So I think this was really, really good. First game for Blast here. That was really, really good. So now Blast is up one game. And Destar needs to see what he can do to hit back. Let's see what the second map is going to be. Let's go. Okay, guys. So for the second game, we actually are getting spoiled already. We got Sugar Oasis. This is going to be interesting. I have not casted on this map before. Very, very beautiful map. Like, I don't know, the details over here with like the buildings that's kind of destroyed over here. I absolutely love it. Dead orcs here, destroyed lemon rust. Yeah, plane crashes all over the place. I absolutely adore this map. Look at this, like, what the hell is going on? Like, there's some light cover here, and then there's some negative cover. So this is not water in the sense that you can't walk over here, but it is risky, and you can sometimes get some interesting fights here at the critical locations with going no cover, light cover, negative cover. There's some interesting fights sometimes happening down here. 3 critical locations, 1 relic on each side, and yeah, 4 strategic points. But yeah, standard build order for Blast Furnace. He starts on the bottom side, 2 Slugger Boys. Obviously getting Shooter Boys and Big Meg Generator, the Voice Heart. Yeah, you know the deal. And then on the top side, we got Destar. Same opening. Pretty much, like, everything is pretty much the same. He also captured this point first, and now this secondly. Then he captured this. And these guys are going over here, actually, and capturing this. Going to be interesting. I think the few games that I've watched on this map, usually some of the fights happen very much in the middle, or usually around the relics. The relics are a little outside of the whole thing. Very, very interesting map. I'm not gonna say too much. Let's just watch the game and see what happens. Blast is going over here. Probably will try and capture this. The Star basically doing the same. See here, Blast is going to... Remember, you don't have to go around here. You can go through here. So if he's going for this relic, he could do that. Same route for the Star. They're basically just mirroring each other here. The Star actually going through in the middle here. Already attacking here. Interesting. There's some heavy cover here. The Star is getting denied over here. And Blast is actually going in here as well. Okay. Teleport here from the Star. And actually Blast is a little bit out of position with his Big Mech here, I feel like. I still think Blast can actually, like, get this decap here. No, he doesn't get the decap. Oh, that is not good because he lost his relic here. Okay. Big Mech going in against the Big Mech. But Blast is in a little bit of an awkward position. Now going back at these Slugger Boys. But he's taking a lot of hits from this Big Mech. Good thing that he'd at least get a sync kill here. But very much a back and forth. We still have a fight over here. Yeah, it's just Slugger Boys being over here. Blast going in on the Shooter Boys here. We have very much a back and forth right now. I feel like Blast has lost a little bit more. But yeah, the Big Mech is taking too much damage here. To start very much winning that fight. Looks like... No way, was that a Slugger Boy bash out wipe? Yeah, it was, okay. Blast actually won the Slugger Boy fight over here. They basically just bashed each other to death.
You need something fixed.
But the Star has a really good economy, by the way. 140 plus 10. Blast is a little bit behind in that regard. He has 2 Shooter Boys now, so he can contest over here. But these Slugger Boys are not too close. So they won't be able to capture this just around the corner, but they have to run all the way. I think he needs to secure this relic. That's for sure. See what the Star is kind of cooking here. He's also having 2 Shooter Boys here. And he has an extra generator here, so plus 20, 110 to plus 20. He's 35 population cap, also getting the pile of guns. Blast is also 35, but yeah, obviously behind in economy. Now getting Storm Boys though. The Star also getting his Storm Boys. Blast is a little bit out of position here, I feel like. And his vision is not the best either. Not having the best information here. getting his third wall banner. Start getting the heavy boy armor research here. Blast kind of doing the same here. Think we'll have a big fight here.
Boss, who is getting shot up?
See here, Destar's vision. Sorry. Not the best either. See here, Blastia research coming in for Blast. Destar being a little bit behind in those researches.
What is it? What is it?
Big shooters out for both of the players. Looks like Blast just got the control here in the middle. However, Destar just secured this critical location. And he'll probably go in here, we'll see. At least Blast finally got this area. Stormboy's jumping in here. Oh, and Gretchen's coming in here. Nicely done here. That might actually buy Destar some time here. But Blast is not having any of it. He's not getting tied up by some small Gretchens here. He's gonna smash these Gretchens now. They're so annoying. Okay, Stormboy's jumping in here, but they're so low. There's no way. That's a whole wipe. No, not yet. Sync killing his way out of it. But he's gonna lose the whole thing anyway. That is so detrimental to Blast. Yeah, and now Destar's moving in here. He's actually getting the light cover, as you can see here. And he still has his Stormboys. Looks like we have much of a bash out here. Destar's Big Meg is way stronger than Blast's. It's way more healthy, I should say. Oh my god, Blast is actually caught off guard here. I think he's surrounded. Big Meg is very, very low. No, he gets out. He sync kills his way out. Big Meg is so low. No, he actually gets out alive. I don't know how that happened, but he did. Shooter Boys, very much in trouble. Big Meg is getting hunted down to oblivion here. Destar really wants blood, but now he's focusing on these Shooter Boys here. Stormboys are just going all in here. Very much a back and forth. I feel like Destar is definitely winning, but now more Stormboys are out for Blast. Looks like Blast is actually teleporting in here. Interesting play, actually. But these Shooter Boys from Blast is, however, getting absolutely murdered here. Big Meg just detached himself and went on these Shooter Boys. Slugger Boy's in very much an awkward position. Destar, however, is in a really good position. He now has heavy cover here. Blast is trying to fight off these Stormboys, but he can't win. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Destar basically just won the whole exchange here. I think he has more eco, so he can reinforce more. This is basically because of this relic denial here over here. But the other thing is just Blast not really like basically just like last game. This is just a micro difference. I know there's a little bit macro here, but overall this is just a micro difference. Not decapping over here. I know a lot of people will say, well, like those Slugger Boys, it'll take them so long to actually get that decap. But there was only a Slugger Boy team there. There were only a Slugger Boy team. Yeah, okay, and some Cratchits. But those Slugger Boys wouldn't be killed. However, that denial of the relic, crucial. Absolute crucial. But he didn't get the decap. And then instead, he lost his over here, which was not good at all. So, and then obviously in this fight, also in this fight, Big Meg got out microed over here. Blastus Big Meg, that is. And then he also got caught off guard here. Commander differences is very much like in fights like these, like commander diff is very much like the thing that wins you these kind of games or these kind of fights. Not always, but like in general, because if your commander is alive, then the normal units will have trouble even dealing with that commander. The best commanders, like you see this in like Space Marines versus Chaos as well. If Chaos Lord goes down before the Force Commander, and the Force Commander is still like having decent amount of HP, then Space Marines basically just outplayed Chaos, even though maybe Chaos has killed a few more Space Marines. That's kind of the situation. Like also the Stormboy, that was really, really not good. The Stormboy squad from Blast just got absolutely obliterated. Yeah, they couldn't really handle all the firepower from these shooter boys, and when you lose a Stormboy squad like that, at that point I was like, okay, I think Blast is definitely losing this. But I love how these players are playing orcs. Like at the World Championship, we had like a little bit of a like shooter boy rush and like, let's get another generator and let's chill a little bit. But here they're just bashing each other out. I absolutely love it. This so far everything has gone down to micro and a tiny bit macro. So well played to Destar. He actually takes game 2. I didn't get enough out of this map. I hope we'll see it more in this tournament. I think it's a gorgeous map. But I think there's more to this map than just let's go in the middle and bash it out. But these guys that is what they're doing here. Let's get into game 3 and see what happens, guys. Okay, guys, so for game 3, we got again Blasted Destar going up against each other, this time on Shrine of Excellion Remastered. Both these guys has been going back and forth. They've been bashing it out. No macro, just all in, face first. Who can bash each other out the most? So far, they have, like, Blast, he took first blood. And Destar, he basically just hit back in game 2. And now these guys are going to fight it out and see who actually wins the whole series. This might actually be very, very detrimental for one of the players. One is going down in the loser's bracket already. And that is going to be tough because it's a very, very long tournament. It's a very, very long bracket. So you definitely don't want to be down there from the get-go. But like, let's break it down. Both players are probably going standard here, but let's just break it down. Destar, he goes for 2 Slugger Boys, Correction, the Boys Hard Generator. Yeah, Shooter Boys, and we'll probably get Big Mech. Blast, basically the same. And looks like they're actually completely mirroring their, yeah, again, their cap order has been completely mirrored this whole time. So they already planned out their, or not planning out, but they already know what cap order they're doing from the get-go. That's pretty good. I like this hedgehog here. Little buggy here, I guess. Oh, that's because my bad. I know why. Ah, now there you go. What a beautiful hedgehog here from Blast Furnace. I guess he really liked hedgehogs. I'm not sure. He sometimes calls himself the the hedgehog man or whatever. So maybe it's because he has a hedgehog himself, but I don't know. We have a big back and forth here. Both players just trading blows here. Probably getting very much a back and forth, but Blast is not having any of it. He goes all in here with the Big Mech. He's bashing out these Slugger Boys. He's not effing around. We also have Slugger Boys probably bashing it out over here. Big Mech will probably go on this Shooter Boy squad here together with the Big Mech. Slugger Boys tying up these Shooter Boys here. Another bash out here. Let's go. Who is winning here? Looks like Destar is losing a little bit here this exchange. These Shooter Boys are still getting tied up. Looks like Destar is actually choosing to get more reinforcement from the west here, or the east I should say, whereas Blast is actually staying here. But morale drop here from Destar, that's not the best. Jesus Christ, no way, you just lost your Big Mech here, Destar. I guess you did, but looks like Blast has such a low, very, very low Big Mech here. But this is what I mean. Like, if the one commander goes down, it's usually really, really brutal. Destar is going to leave here. Or what? Now we even get the corrections here. They want to join the party as well. Looks like Destar is going to go for a Hail Mary here. He wants to fight this this Big Mac here, but I don't think so. Like, this is just a bash out here, and I can tell you one guy is bashing harder than the other guy. And right now it's Blast. Blast is absolutely destroying the Destar here. Star has to leave, and he still got this relic actually. Jeez, dude. Okay, and we get another Shooter Boy squad here from Blast. I don't know what the response is here. Yeah. A new Big Mac coming out here. Destar is probably going to go all in here. Like, he wants, like, right now he has a full healthy Big Mac compared to Blast's Big Mac. But look at the army from Blast here. This is not funny. And he also lost a whole Slugger Boy squad to start, that is. So I don't know. Now he's bringing in the Gretchens himself. These Shooter Boys are gonna get tied up. Now detaching his Big Mac. He wanna go for this big Blast Furnace Big Mac here. So many Big Macs and Shooter Boys and Slugger Boys and Gretchens. Jeez, dude. Okay, Blast is losing his whole Slugger Boy squad here. Looking at economy, 140 plus 10 for Blast. Destar is way lower. So Destar needs to win this, but I don't think he will. Blast is teleporting over here. The heavy cover is kind of saving Destar from absolute bloodbath here. This Slugger Boy squad is still alive from Blast. And his Big Mac is micro really, really well. Destar doesn't get to go in on this Big Mac here. These Shooter Boys are just having a go here. We have another Shooter Boy squad coming in for Destar. This is absolute bloodbath. I love it. I absolutely love it. But Destar is definitely losing this because of the eco difference. We even got pile of guns. I don't know. Yeah, pile of guns from both sides. But still eco diff. Very real eco diff, in fact. Blast is doing really well by basically tying up these Shooter Boys. He's not having any of it because he is ahead. He should be winning these fights. Destar basically trying to throw a Hail Mary here, I think. He's trying to shoot these Shooter Boys. Thank God for this heavy cover, because other than that, Destar would not be able to win these fights. Yeah, and Destar actually has to leave. I don't think, like, yeah, Blast is teleporting in here. More Shooter Boys dying. Big Shooters actually coming in here. I don't know, man. Like, this doesn't look good with Destar again. He's gonna lose this fight again. Blast is basically knocking on the door here for Destar. This listening post is definitely going down. Destar's army is completely in shambles. This is basically just GG. I'm just waiting for the GG. Destar now says GG and deletes his buildings. Blast Furnace wins the series against Destar. This is huge for Blast. This is massive. Blast actually winning against Destar, who's actually maining orcs, but this is like mirrors, as you can see, at least in this series here. I love Orc mirrors, dude. This is absolutely adorable. Like, I don't know why in the World Championship we had a lot of like Shooter Boy shootouts and stuff. Here, they don't give a damn. They're just bashing each other to death. And I absolutely loved it. But yeah, Blast is actually like... Blast is, he normally mains Dark Eldar. That's what he's known for. But he is, in fact, a very, very good Orc player. Destar mains Orcs. Predominantly. Yeah, this is a big win for Blast, I think. But yeah, as I said, like mirrors, they can be very, very dodgy, and like the smallest things, as you can see, as soon as one player out micros a little bit, like kills one more orc or something, when you get these kind of fights, it's just about like who kills more and who does more damage, basically. But regardless, let's just talk a little bit about what this means. So Blast moves on, and he's gonna meet the player that I don't remember the next series, but he's gonna meet the next player of the next series we're going to watch, or the winner of that series, and then Destar goes down immediately in the losers bracket. This is brutal for Destar. I've seen Destar do some crazy stuff down in the losers bracket, but I've also seen him get kicked out in round 1. So I feel very, very bad for Destar. I think in a lot of other matchups in the round 1 playoffs, he would have had a way better chance. But against someone like Blast, it's not going to be easy. So Destar goes down in the losers bracket. Now, guys, let's get to the next series and see what happens in that one. Let's go. Okay, guys. So that series that's going to decide who Blast is going up against is going to be this series between Nameless and CherePok on Tranquility End Remastered. This is going to be Space Marines versus Sisters. So going to be very, very interesting to see how CherePok is going about it, because I think... Personally, I think this is a favorite Space Marine matchup, but it's a little tricky because, in my opinion, you have to go very offensive as Space Marines in the early game. Let's see. I think Nameless is going to do the opening that I think he's going to do. It's very, very annoying. So CherePok, a pretty good Space Marine player, I would say. He goes for a Scout immediately, going to capture this. Okay, and then he goes for a Servitor, Chapel Barrack, and then double Scout Marines right after. I hope that he's going to be very, very offensive, but we can talk about the matchup after the game is being played here. Because on the top side, Nameless is actually going for Seraphims. He hasn't deleted his Pristine Sanctuary, which is what you normally see. You go 2 Seraphim squads and then you delete the Pristine Sanctuary, really giving you a lot of offensive capabilities. But not for Nameless, as of yet, at least. Let's see here. Okay, so CherePok is going for 2 Space Marines. You do this because there's no commander coming out from Nameless here. He's going for double Seraphims, so you don't need the commander to face off and match the Canoness. So double Space Marine squad is pretty good. They're more mobile. They got a little bit better DPS against these Seraphims. So... double Space Marines is very, very standard in this matchup. I'm not sure what CherePok is doing with these scouts. They should go over here and decap, but let's see here. These Seraphims will be very, very problematic. But CherePok is ready. He's covering this area here. He's also covering this area, but he can't stop this Servitor from dying, I think. Trying to dodge here, but this Servitor is not dodging very well. He's now trying to build over here instead. Or is he? This is very problematic. Another Seraphim squad is coming in here. This is going to be decap. This is why you go offensive as Space Marines. You don't want this situation. This is a really, really annoying situation. And now these Seraphims are jumping over here. Looks like CherePok is trying to do a counterattack, but it basically is too late. This listening post is being built here. Let's see here. Economy right now for CherePok. He has 1 Servitor. That is not good when you want to build more listening posts here. But plus 50 to plus 0. No generator. 62 to plus 0 for Nameless. Looks like CherePok is actually doing some smart stuff here. He goes in on this relic here, but Nameless is answering him with one of the Seraphim squads. The other Seraphim squad is, surprise, surprise, doing some harassment here. Looks like Nameless is trying to, or CherePok, I should say, trying to do a counterattack here. He's going in on this listing post here. These scouts are getting absolutely murdered here long term. I don't think this missionary will go down in time. Unless CherePok is actually reinforcing. I don't think he is. This Servitor went down here. This is dreadful for CherePok. Another Space Marine squad coming out here. Looks like he's going for some Space Marine mass. This missionary will not go down in time. CherePok basically just losing his Scout Marines here. This is not good for him. I don't even think, yeah, this isn't even finished here for CherePok. Another Servitor is getting hunted down. He, at least he got this listing post here, but like these scouts are getting murdered. Space Marines will probably go for the generator here. That would be good. Inferno Pistol is coming out for Nameless, but here she comes. The cannon is coming in, and there's no commander on the side of CherePok. If you can't tell, guys, I have basically just predicted that this game is not going CherePok's way. He's gonna lose this for sure because he has no answer, but this cannon is. Now an Infernal Pistol is also coming up for her. If you wonder why CherePok is going in melee, basically Space Marines is stronger in melee, so that's why he's going in on the buildings. If there's no problem with positioning in melee range, you can go melee with these Space Marines. That's completely fine. Looks like Nameless is in a bit of a annoying spot here. He can't capture this because CherePok is actually denying it. Good on him. This is the last scout squad for CherePok, and he's gonna probably lose it here. It's not going to go well for him. Cannon is losing a little bit of the fight, but that's because CherePok is hardcore investing here, and he still doesn't finish this. This is painful. Can it really be true? Yeah, he has no servitor. This is brutal. This is very, very brutal. Nameless is basically in the base, or CherePok is basically knocking on the door of Nameless's base. Battle Sisters now out. Do we have the phosphor grenades? Probably already got the phosphor grenades for these Battle Sisters. He has so many Seraphims. No upgrades for these scout or these Space Marines. Basically, we have a commander coming in because the commander needs to answer this cannoness here. But now CherePok is in a really, really annoying spot here. He's gonna lose this fight, but he has nowhere to go. He's gonna get chased down by the Seraphims. He's gonna try and go melee here. Just one last try here, desperately going in and trying to tie up the Seraphims, but Nameless is actually out-microing this situation. Not that it's hard for him. He's in a very, very good position here. So many Space Marines going down. Yeah, Force Commander's not even out at this point. One Space Marine squad got wiped here. The other one soon to come in, I assure you. CherePok is definitely saying GG. This game is over. Yeah. So, I'm gonna break something down about this matchup, guys. If Nameless is going Seraphim squads, let's actually break this down. Why is he going Seraphim squads? For some of you, it's very obvious why, but I'm just gonna say for some of the newer players watching this game. The reason why Seraphims are very, very good on this map is because spread out points. You can jump from point to point. As you can see, there's terrain. Seraphims don't care too much about terrain. Whereas I can tell you Space Marine squads, tactical Space Marine squads, they care about terrain. They have to run all the way around if they want to go from here, for example, over here. So obviously they are very much like out maneuvering the Space Marine squad. And as you could see here, like one servitor is exposed. It doesn't matter if you cover up the Space Marines or if you cover up the servitors. So the situation is, if Sisters is doing this opening and you like 90% of the time in this matchup, Sisters will go Seraphims, especially on a map like Tranquility Sands. So if you know they're doing that, there is no way to defend out of it. Because if Nameless, who is a pretty good Sisters player, just plays well, he is going to do something or disrupt something and you can't stop it. Even if you go 2 Space Marine squads, which is the best way to go about it for CherePok, he can only cover so much. So he can cover each servitor, for example, but then there's a scout squad at the relic who's not being able to capture this, or maybe there is a strategic point still getting captured. So you can't cover everything, right? So at least you're losing your relic, and this is at least you're losing your relic. And the servitors have to dance around because Seraphims will hunt down these servitors. There's no way to go about it. Even the tactical Space Marines, sure, they'll win a shootout, but if they have to close the gap between the Seraphims will just move a little bit backwards and they'll out-kite because they're really, really good on the move. They're very accurate on the move, so that's why, yeah, in general, they're very, very mobile, basically, the Seraphims. So, what do you do in this matchup, guys? How do you counter this? Well, it is, if it's a very, very good Sisters player, this is not easy. But in general, what you do is, and especially if they delete the Pristine Sanctuary, you have to go in with your scouts yourself. So what you see a lot of like players like Sork or especially All-Seeing Eye, they go 4 scout build order. That opening is going 4 scouts immediately, and then you go a servitor right after, and then you open up a force commander. Sometimes you see even more ridiculous opening where they actually go 2 Space Marine squads. Sure, they'll delay like a listening post or something, but they'll go 2 Space Marine squads and 4 scouts. And the 4 scouts, they'll capture the outer points, and then they'll go into Sister's Place. And you might say, like, the scouts are getting murdered by the Seraphims. No? Yes, but they are buying time. If you run around, scouts are very mobile. If you run around, you decap, like, what is it? These missionaries, they're very, very slow. And if you just run around and just not go in melee combat against the missionaries, you can do some nasty decaps. You can kill a builder, maybe. You can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of damage in general, and the Seraphims can't ignore that. So you're basically just fighting fire with fire. You basically have to do you basically have to go into Seraphim space, or Seraphim space, Sister space, and actually do some harassment. So that is why you do that, because otherwise these Seraphims don't have to worry about their own base. They could just do whatever the hell they like. That's why I wanted CherePok to have this scout squad, at least this scout squad, to go in and do something. They could decap here. As you saw later on, like, I think he went in with 2 scouts and went over here and like tried to kill a missionary or whatever. There, one of the Seraphim squad has to like answer that, right? So that is what you want. You want to buy time so you actually get to secure your listening post. And that is by going into Sister Space. So I've already broken down this matchup. That is the way you counter this. It's the same thing with, for example, Eldar. Like, a lot of people, they have trouble against Eldar, and that is because it's a horrible matchup. I've broken down this matchup in a video, one of the first videos that I did. And what you usually do there is go Assault Marines, right? Because your tactical Space Marines can't really handle Dark Reapers and Jesus Christ, I forgot. Rangers, and especially if Rangers are stealth. They outrange you, they outmaneuver you, they have better mobility, all of that jazz. So what do, guys? Well, you go Assault Marines and you go into Eldar space, and you basically buy time. You basically try to get all your listening posts and all of that jazz up before they get into your base. It's still a brutal matchup. Like, Eldar's really, really brutal, but at least that is the way you go. You fight fire with fire, so you avoid, because Eldar can't just like have an Assault Marine squad of God forbid 2 Assault Marine squads just running around murdering builders and like Guardian squads and stuff. And decapping here and there. They can't afford that, so that makes it so you avoid having too many Eldar units in your base. So that is kind of like, sometimes Space Marines has to do these weird things in order for them to actually survive the early game. Space Marines has a very, very like questionable early game, so they sometimes have to do some crazy stuff in the early game to survive this. But that is how you go about it, because the thing about Space Marines is in a lot of matchups like this is that they actually like outmanage and out damage everything and stuff. Something like Sisters in tier 2. Eldar, it's a little more complex, but in general, that is how you do. You want to like survive the early game, and that is actually by going face first into the base. Don't be reckless about it. You have to be very micro intensive, but yeah, I'm not gonna break more down. I hope CherePok will do something along those lines. Maybe he has a better map pick, I'm not sure, but let's get into it, guys. Let's get into game 2. Okay, guys, so the second game is going to be on Deadly Fun Archaeology. I don't know if this is a better map, maybe a little bit. I think Space Marines can do some kind of rush strategy here because of the short the short distance between the bases. But let's see here, CherePok doing the same opening, scout, servitor, scout, scout, and then he goes for Chapel barrack here. Yeah, so he starts on the left side, of course. He's going to capture this outer point here. And on the right hand side, Nameless is doing a bit of a different opening. I kind of like this actually. So he goes for the Adeptor Sororitas Convent. He probably expects, CherePok to go for double Space Marine squads, because this is deadly fun archaeology. This is a pretty good Seraphim map. It's not as terrain heavy as Outer Reaches, but it's still very much like Outer Reaches. So this opening is very good, I think. Nameless can get an early Canonist, and that is going to counter CherePok if he goes for 2 Space Marine squads. But we'll see. CherePok is going immediately in here. He can actually get a good decap here. Right, Chero? Right? Okay, good. Okay, good. So he's getting this decap here. That will be very good. Okay. Nameless is actually getting these sisters to actually capture this inner point here.
Position secure.
Space Marine squad is coming out. Another Space Marine squad is coming out. This would be really, really good against Seraphims. But we're not having Seraphims here. Nameless is coming out with his commander, and there's no commander on CherePok's side. CherePok is 38, only 100 float, so it's gonna take him a lot of time before he can get his commander.
Position secure.
Getting most of his points.
Yes, my lord. These
scouts has just been scouting around, trying to decap, trying to like make sure that no missionary is randomly capturing anything here. So that's at least good. Canonist is obviously out. Another sister squad is also coming out.
Taking heavy fire.
Scouts here.
CherePok is now gonna see the Canonist here, so he knows it's a different build order here. It's not Seraphims. And if he's smart, he knows he needs the Force Commander then. He's floating a tiny bit. He can actually get this Force Commander, but he's not getting it. Okay, he's getting it here. I think this threw off CherePok a little bit. Canonist is now out here. She's gonna try and actually like help out this missionary to get this point here. As you can see here, she's very powerful compared to these Space Marines. But of course, there's too many Space Marine squads, so she has to disengage a little bit here. This area actually got captured by Nameless. Now Nameless is trying to capture this, so he's actually getting more points. This is a 9-point map, so there's not even points on each side of the map, just like Outer Reaches. Scouts coming in here trying to attack this whatever servitor. I basically can't say that name. Canonist is shooting out here. She's taking a lot of damage here, a little bit unnecessary, but she does kill one Space Marine. Force Commander is now out. Another Space Marine squad is coming in. Okay. But yeah, okay. So Nameless, this is what he's going to do, and this is going to be nasty. This Pristine Sanctuary, when it's built, he's going to go for Phosphor Grenades. And when Phosphor Grenades comes out, this Battle Sister army will absolutely murder the Space Marines.
While the enemies of the Emperor still draw breath, there can be
this listening post is getting built here. I think CherePok will contest. I really like that. Needs to be offensive here, I think. Looking at economy, 74 to plus 10 for Nameless, plus 85 to plus 0 for CherePok. Yeah, this is very, very good. To counter this build order here, you need to go snipers. That's why you usually don't see this build order against this is why you usually don't see the build order of Battle Sisters, because snipers actually kind of counter them. Problem is that CherePok actually is a little delayed in that regard, because he didn't see this coming, I think. Good, he gets the plasma generator. You always get one plasma generator in order for you to actually sustain the snipers, because they cost 20 power.
at your command.
CherePok's economy is decent, 98 plus 10. Nameless still 74 plus 10, but this upgrade right here, phosphor grenades, that is the one we're looking for. And we're getting flamers for these battle sisters. There's so many battle sisters, jeez. And we also have the infernal plasma, or the infernal pistol for Canoness here. Oh, this is going to be painful. There is going to be straight up hell here. I really don't think CherePok is going to have a good time here. This brutal, nice grenades here. Both phosphor grenades hits really many units here. These Space Marines are basically caught off guard here. Yeah, now this listing post will take a crap ton of damage here. There's another phosphor grenade just waiting to be dropped here. There's 4 squads, battle sister squads. These scouts are basically just out of position here. CherePok basically goes in here melee, but this Space Marine squad is not in there. They all need to be there. Scout Marines is not being micro correctly. This is really brutal for CherePok. Too many Space Marines dying here. But at least one battle sister squad is getting murdered here, or are they? They're pretty much getting out of the fight here. This Space Marine squad is very low. As you can see here, going melee is pretty good because you're not getting flamed down. But I'm just waiting for the phosphor grenades to come in here. Let's see here. Lots of damage being dropped down. This Canoness is just in range because she's more effective from there. Force Commander is not going in melee. He's just trying to murder some of these battle sisters. Nicely done here, obviously, but the phosphor grenades will come in soon. Yeah, they're coming in here. That is going to do so much damage. This is absolutely painful to watch. Scouts are trying to do their best, but not enough DPS are coming from them. These battle sisters basically untouched, undamaged. Canoness is going in melee on these scouts, actually throwing down the blind. Nicely done here. The Scout Marine is basically getting into range here. These Space Marines are just dying left and right. This game is basically over. Yeah, every battle sister is now up with their morale. This is just absolute bloodbath. This is basically just GG. Yeah, CherePok calls the GG. Damn. I gotta give credit to Nameless. This build order was definitely really good. I could see that Space Marines was ready to go double Space Marine squad. This basically just meant that he couldn't do enough harass. And I also felt like he transitioned into sniper too late. I think he invested a little bit too much in the Space Marine squads. And then he should have gotten plasma generator a little bit earlier and snipers a little bit earlier so he could actually match this just a little bit. And then the other problem is, if you go melee, make sure you go all in with all your Space Marine squads. Like, there was too many times where he was out of it with one Space Marine squad and then the other one was in. These, like, Space Marines were caught over here. Like, this was just an absolute bloodbath. Yeah, really well played to Nameless. I think this was, if you couldn't tell from the get-go, like, I just basically don't think Space Marines can win in this case. Yeah, it's just GG. Like, if you have the wrong opening as Space Marines, you get punished like this. I don't think Space Marines can actually get out of this situation, but if there were something Nameless, like, it's one thing that the build order is like catching Space Marines off guard, but the other thing is, like, you need to transition way faster, like get snipers earlier, see if you could do something in that case. But like, I think what really broke the whole thing was like the missed micromanagement. CherePok is way better than this, by the way. Like, I swear to God, guys, CherePok is way better than this. But yeah, this was a rough one. This means that Nameless moves on, and he's actually going to meet Blast. Whereas CherePok will immediately go down in the losers bracket. So, good luck to both players. They move on. Let's get into the next series and see what's going to happen over there. Well played to Nameless. He moves on. Yeah, let's get into the next series, guys. Okay, so the next series is going to be Master Yoba going up against Warp. I now know that it doesn't matter if you have a main race or secondary race. You can choose whatever you want for game one, because Master Yoba, he has gone Orcs as his main race and then Necrons as his second. So he chooses Necrons for some reason, and I'm not actually sure. I think Orcs is way better against Space Marines, but maybe Master Yoba doesn't care. He's going 5 Scarabs, full eco here potentially. Okay, this Scarab here is probably going over here and capturing this. And then he goes for Necron Warriors right after. And then on the top side, we got Warp. I haven't watched any of his games so far, but he's actually going for the build order I talked about in the last series. The 4 Scout build order. He goes for 4 Scouts immediately, and then he gets... no, he must have done it the other way around. He goes to Servitor and then 4 Scouts. Interesting. He reinforces 2 Scout Marines from the get-go. He is getting the Force Commander, because that's how this build order is, this opening here. Looks like he's probably running over here. Maybe he's gonna try and capture this. I'm not sure. But yeah, this strategic point is getting captured here by Master Yoba. I really, really like this. I think he'll make it. Securing this area so that these scouts can't get over here in time and actually capture it away from him. That's good. Good denial. These Scout Marines will try and go over here and find some Scarabs, see if they can actually harass. Problem is, these Necron Warriors are very, very much ready. At least Warp is actually securing his inner points here. He's not capturing this, as it seems. Yeah, these guys are going in on the relic. Okay. This is not a good early game for Space Marines. If you go this build order, you need to kill some Scarabs. That's why he's going all in. He's actually like all in on like reinforcing these Scout Marines. That's gonna delay his tactical Space Marine squad, and he's not capturing this point, which is not the best. He's capturing this, however, a little delayed. This Force Commander will get in here. Force Commander will win against the Necron Warriors, but he's going to take some damage for sure. Builder Scarab will get hunted down. Okay. Now capturing this. This is really one of the reasons that this opening is really good against Necrons is as well that not only can you do early harass, you can also capture the map very fast. Tactical Space Marine is now out. Force Commander has taken a little too much damage. More than 500 HP is already gone from him. I don't know what these Scout Marines are doing. They should be capturing this. This is... Yeah. Sorry guys, it's just different when I watch Space Marines. Like, I could just... This is what I would tell myself when I do these kind of mistakes here. This Servitor is taking a lot of beating here. Force Commander is gonna go in, but he's gonna take a lot of damage from like going into this exchange. This listening post won't be finished. I can already tell you. No way. This is brutal. Oh my god. No, this relic has gone down. This is brutal. This is very, very brutal. Scout Marines are jumping in here, trying to kill the Scarab, disrupting this area. That's okay. This listening post is definitely going down. This point is still not captured.
Most beneficent one.
What would you have me do?
Marine squad deployed.
Yeah, Master Yoba, his economy is plus 60, or maybe plus 70 actually. Yeah, plus 70, and he just got his summoning core, so he's very eco heavy, and he's even getting this extra plasma generator approaching plus 80. These Scout Marines are getting squashed here. Bob taking a lot of damage here. He's losing way too many scouts. This Scout Marine squad also is getting caught out here. Wob not controlling them, I think. Okay, he's controlling them in time. I think Master Yoba could actually have finished off them, but it's okay. Necrolord, however, is taking some damage. That's good. Let's look at the economy for Space Marines. 68 plus 0. This is really, really bad eco. He still doesn't have this relic. However, he's going all in on these Space Marine squads. He's getting 3, actually. Okay, that's good. These Necron Warriors are definitely losing this fight. They need to teleport out. Right, Master Yoba? Okay, good.
Praise the Emperor.
Force Commander idling a little bit here. Plasma Generator is getting built. This relic needs to get captured very, very soon. Yeah, now Necrons is tier 1.5 because they have Necron Warrior upgrade. No, like, okay, there's actually one Flake 1 squad here. And yeah, Space Marines can't deal with this. Tier 1.5 is just the moment where Necrons actually just murder Space Marines. Okay, this got upgraded. Nice beam here. So many Space Marines is very much in trouble here, taking so much damage. This Space Marine squad, this one Space Marine squad against this, these machines marching towards them. They're gonna have to run here. I don't know, these scouts are running over here. They're not really doing anything.
The enemy is attacking.
Force Commander is over here, however, with these scouts. But who's gonna defend this area? Nobody. This is getting captured finally. Get 2 plasma generators and a armory. So it looks like Warp actually wants to match this tier 1.5. But spoiler alert, I don't think that's possible. Tier 1.5 is just very, yeah, I would say kind of one-sided towards Necrons, unless Space Marines has a very strong early game advantage.
Yes, my lord.
Also, this Force Commander took so much damage here. And he's gonna run into these Necron Warriors. Flamer is now out from Warp, okay.
What's your order?
Flamers is not a bad choice.
Yes, my lord.
For the position that Warp is in, Flamers is not the worst choice, definitely. We also have Bionics now for these Space Marine squads, so they are at least not like paper thin, very easy to kill. Hey, good grenades also out here. Really nice damage here. But Necrons will just hit back here. Let's look at Necron Lord. Oh, he's over here. These Necron Warriors might actually take too much damage now. No Necron Lord. Force Commander is also behind here a little bit. Imagine all this damage going down on these Necron Warriors and they're still not dying. They're still winning. At least this relic got captured.
Await your instructions.
5 minutes.
Yoba not controlling his Necron Lord, but now Necron Lord is jumping in here. He's gonna tie up these Space Marines, and now it's getting absolutely unplayable. This plasma generator can just be focused by Master Yoba, but he cares more about actually killing these Space Marines. Meanwhile, this Necron Lord is just gonna dance around with these 2 squads here. There's no answer, basically. There's no Necron squad basically just going to bash this area here. Yeah, Master Yoba is tier 2. Oh my gosh. Morb is also getting tier 2, but it's just basically too late. Too much damage going down on these Space Marines. They can't do anything. They're just gonna have to run in a clunky way. Now even the Flake ones are coming in. It's gonna be even harder to kite now. This Force Commander is even half HP, like, he can't do much. He can't even duel this Necron Lord. Warp tries to get out of here. Plasma Pistol coming in.
Praise the Emperor.
Yeah, no answer for these Necron Warriors because these Space Marines are already busy with just running around.
Yes, my lord.
We stand ready.
Yeah. These Necron Warriors are a little isolated. We could definitely focus them, but they just teleport out. This Necron Lord is so tanky at this point. As soon as you get tier 2, Necron Lord gets more HP. He also gets more HP in tier 3, I think. I'm pretty certain about that, actually. So that's actually a way you can see that Necrons are tier 2 or tier 1. You can just look at the Necron Lord. Tier 1, I think it's 1800, and in tier 2 it's 250.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
These Necron Warriors in a little bit of an awkward spot, but Necron Lord is coming in here again, being such a nuisance. We also have this Forbidden Archive here, and tier 2.5 is basically coming in. So even if Warp actually survives it, like, miraculously, we're just gonna have Destroyers coming in, and Braves are even coming. Oh my god. This is just Master Yoba in a nutshell, guys. This Space Marine squad is dead. Necron Lord is just running around, tying up these Space Marines. It's absolutely brutal. Force Commander is getting hunted down. He's so low. Blade ones are so tanky. They will never die to this. Space Marines basically needs to recover their morale. Because it gets dropped very, very fast because of these Blade ones. The Force Commander just has to run. Normally this Force Commander will win against its Necron Lord. Well, at least tier 1. But he's gonna lose this 100%. He's so low. Yep, everything is getting destroyed. Chaplain is out, but he's not gonna do anything. These Space Marines are already occupied. This Blade One squad is still not dying. We actually got, I didn't talk about that. We actually get plasma guns from Space Marines. They're pretty good against the Blade ones. Not so much against the Necron Warriors. I didn't even see the Force Commander basically died as well. This is just GG. Chaplain probably got deleted. Oh, yeah. If you couldn't tell, again, I'm not too excited about this game. Master Yoba is such a beast. Like, no shame to warp. Like, let's just put this out there. This is Master Yoba, okay? He could literally play Sisters of Battle and still beat most players. Like, he's that insane. But here he plays Necrons. One of his stronger races, I would definitely say. I think Master Yoba's best races are his orcs, and then secondly it's IG, and then thirdly it's definitely Necrons. But he can play anything, like or anything he wants. I think the Eldar races he's not so fond of, so that's why he's not playing them. However, he played Necrons in this one, and the thing about Necrons is if you're Space Marines, you need to beat them in tier 1. It is what it is. And he didn't really do anything. Like these scouts, I don't know, like these scouts coming over here, reinforcing them and all day long, like they weren't doing anything. This area here wasn't captured all day long. This relic somehow got decapped, and from there this game is just over. Like even the best players against Master Yoba will never be able to recover from that. Warp was behind in tech, behind in army. Even when Master Yoba easily got plus 80, by the way, like easily plus 80. He's 110 now, but that's because I think he got his global. Yeah, he got his global. As soon as you get tier 1.5 for Necrons, unless Space Marines is very, very much ahead, Necrons wins that all day long. They win pretty much every single situation tier 1.5. They win, unless they're very much behind, they win. Flayed ones and upgraded Necron Warriors is just too much for most matchups. I think even every matchup, actually. But regardless, the situation is that... yeah, the situation is basically that Master Yoba just survived the early game easily. Warp didn't do enough damage. And by the way, I believe in Warp. He can do more than this. I don't think he can win against Master Yoba, but I hope he can do something in game 2, because other than that, he's gonna get absolutely stomped. His economy was too slow, his damage was too little, and that's how you lose against Necrons, basically. So let's see what Warp is cooking in game 2. Let's hope he does better. Maybe we can't expect him to win, but we can definitely expect him to do better. So let's see that game 2. And yeah, let's see what happens, guys. Okay, guys. So game 2. And even worse. No. Okay. Okay, I like this. So we actually got Orcs versus Necrons in this one. However, it's a pretty good Necron map, so that's not too good. But Warp, I'm looking at you, bro. I don't want you to win against Master Yoba. I just want you to do better, and I root for you in this one, bro. I really, really do. And you are already doing something very, very interesting. You went aggression instantly. Oh, nice. So we have a different opening for orcs. That's exciting, guys. So he went instantly for this generator. Interesting. And then the Boy's Hut and Big Mech, because we have 3 Slugger Boy opening. This is very, very interesting. What the hell is going on here? Oh, he's probably going to capture this. That's why he's running down there. Okay. Interesting pathing. And looks like he's actually going down here to capture this area. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Master Yoba looks like he went 1, 2, 3, 4 scarabs. So not all in on scarabs. 3 scarabs. He built 3 scarabs and then a Necron Warrior squad. Necron Lord. And then he gets his 4th Builder Scarab extra here and then Necron Warrior. 5 Plasma Generators queued up here. 1 almost finished here. Looks like Warp is actually trying to cheese this one. This is very, very interesting. This strategic point is getting captured here. This strategic point also is getting captured here. This is very, very interesting cap order here. But potentially, if this pays off, a lot of good economy is going to happen for orcs. They even got earlier generator as well. Now building 2 listening posts at the same time here. Big Mac teleporting in here. Yeah, Wob is definitely doubling down on this. These Slugger Boys are going to lose this melee fight against Necrons, but as long as the Big Mac is in here, they will actually lose. Okay, interesting. Now the Necron Lord, however, is in here. Okay, this Slugger Boy squad is going in here. I like this. Actually forcing Master Yoba to build a Ghost Herd. Come on, Warp. You can freaking do it. I like this. Now the Necron Lord, however, is out. He's going to focus these Slugger Boys for sure. Oh, no. Okay, Master Yoba is just looking around here, lurking a little bit around here. Looks like he actually is going to be able to decap this. The Slugger Boy squad, like, nobody's capturing this relic, apparently. Not relic, strategic point. Slugger Boys, not going to do anything. However, this Ghost Herd actually got forcefully built. This is getting decapped, but I don't know if the price is good to pay here, because these Slugger Boys are definitely getting beaten up. Nice by Master Yoba, as you could see here. Instead of just running straight up, he actually ran up here, so the Slugger Boys had to run down here. I like that. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Even the Gretchens are coming in here. Yeah, I don't think this these Builder Scarabs will be killed in time. Or will they? No, I don't think so, right? No, this is a really, really good decap here by Master Yoba. This strategic point is still not captured. I don't know what the hell is going on. These Slugger Boys are not dying. Apparently, they'll rather capture this than capture this. Come on, Wob. This is not what we were looking for. Okay, at least the Scarabs got killed here. We also got some Shooter Boys in here. However, this listing post is going down because Master Yoba jumped in here. Yeah, these Gretchens weren't ready for that. A whole Slugger Boy got wiped here. That's not good. Big Mac at least is very, very healthy. Lots of low Necron Warriors over here, but there's another Necron Warrior squad coming in here. These Gretchens are trying to build this. Please capture this, dude. Wob is trying to do something, I guess, here. But all he can do is run. Oh, okay. At least this listing post got up. Shooter Boys is running in here. These Slugger Boys actually capture this. I know he has this, but I swear, like, you don't get an advantage from getting that. You need this one. Okay, this actually ended up getting decapped. He couldn't build up that, or he couldn't sustain that listing post, unbuilt listing post. Big Mac is kind of low. Tier 1 Big Mac can actually beat Necron Lord in a 1v1. But he's too low to actually do that 1v1. These Shooter Boy squads are getting hunted down by this Necron Lord. This strategic point is being built, but look at this. Master Yoba is ready for this. He's going in on this listing post. He also has the upgrade. This means he has the summoning core. Looks like he actually only is plus 60. So he actually built 5 plasma generators and then he got the summoning core. That's probably because he wanted some early power to actually match orcs here. These scratches are just dying. Okay, I actually got the upgrade for stealth. Big Meg is getting hunted down here. Yeah, not a lot to do here for Warp. I don't know what I would do in his case. Big Meg is taking so much damage here. It's really, really brutal. I don't know, like, let's see here. Warp is, he has the pile of guns. Getting a second Warp banner. Big shooters for the shooter boys. He has 2 shooter boys squads out. Big Meg jumping in here. This is so brutal. This is really, really brutal. Even the Big Meg is like potentially getting one shot here. He has to run for his life. Necrolord is right behind him. Big shooters are pretty good. Obviously, they outrange the Necron warriors. The Big Meg is so low. Master Yoba is actually trying. Okay, nicely done hiding in this listing post here. These scratches are getting absolutely murdered here. The economy for orcs isn't that good either. Like a plus 86 to plus 10. And Master Yoba is going tier 2. Master Yoba is transitioning completely fine into tier 2. He's also getting this plasma generator. No flayed ones, but I don't think... Oh, he has one in here queued up in here. It's just 1 flayed ones. Another shooter boy squad coming out. So 3 shooter boy squads. I kind of like the idea of it. Because that means that there's more ranged units to tie up. But I swear, if Warp is going to have any chance of winning this, he has to pull like 16 rabbits out of 1 big hat. 1 very, very small hat. And I don't think that is possible. Wraiths are now out. Wraiths are really, really good at tying up these shooter boys, as we know. Blade One's basically just watching a little bit. For some reason, Big Meg is still alive. Stormboy is now coming out for Warp, and he's getting his Heavy Boy armor. Only now getting Heavy Boy. Okay. Sorry guys, I know I'm way too critical, but there's just something that doesn't make sense to me here. But we can talk about some psychological stuff as well after this game. These shooter boys are getting absolutely murdered here. If they even get close to these Necron warriors, they'll absolutely die. Storm boys can jump in, but there's too much firepower, they'll just die. Slugger boys are, for some random reason, still alive. Slugger boys try to like capture this, but they're not gonna make it. More and more orcs are just gonna die left and right. We have 2 Storm Boys squads, I should say. Yeah, listening posts go down. Lots of orcs are in here, but like there's also too many Wraiths to actually tie up these shooter boys, and the Necron's army is just way too tanky here. Storm boys decapping this. Shooter boys just right. I'm just waiting for GG. Okay. Necron Lord just absolutely murdering everyone. Wraiths hunting down people. Storm boys not having a chance. Warp calls GG and deletes his buildings. Okay. So I noticed that I'm a little too critical of. I know it's like kind of my job as a caster, but I always try to balance out like we all, except for the really good players, obviously, but we all have games where it's like you watch a replay and you're like, what the fuck did I just do? Why did I play like this? And I actually think like, Warp is way too much in his head. He's going up against Master Yoba, and he thinks he needs to do some next level crazy stuff. Not only does he go a correction first and then build his 2 buildings, then he goes 3 Slugger Boys. One goes immediately over here, and then the second one captures this outer point, and then immediately goes into Necron's base. So there's 2 Slugger Boys, including a Big Mech. And yes, that forced a Ghost Turret, but like, how many orcs died in here? I don't have persistent body on high, so that is way more orcs dying than what we're seeing here. And like, I don't know, what the hell was this? Like, capturing this critical location instead of going for this? I think Warp is just way too much in his head. And I think it's basically because he's thinking, this is Master Yoba, I can't win. And you know what? Maybe you can't. Maybe you just can't win against Master Yoba. It's only very, very few players that can actually win against Master Yoba. And it is what it is. It's just Master Yoba. But I think Warp could do better than this. I don't think Warp is playing his best here. I really, really don't believe that. So, and I know Warp actually signs up for these tournaments. Like, it's not like he's getting in here being like, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass beaten. No, I think he's way better than this. I think he's just in his head and he's going up against Master Yoba. Like, this crazy strategy just doesn't work. And sure, you can get this critical or this strategic point, but if you're not getting this on top, you're not really having an advantage. What else was weird that jumped out to me? Oh, yeah. Getting the Heavy Boy armor this late? No way. Ain't no way. And I think he got it late because he's just like so behind in eco because he's losing so many orcs, because he's doing like crazy kamikaze missions. And there you just then you have to sacrifice something, and he didn't get this strategic point here. So yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, Warp goes down to losers bracket. We all expected that, but yeah, I think he's too much in his head, and that's a psychological thing. It is what it is, man. Master Yoba, he moves on, and let's see who his opponent is going to be, because that is we now know Master Yoba's moved on, so let's see who that guy is. Warp goes down in the losers bracket. So let's get into it. Let's go and watch the next series, guys. All right, guys. So for this one, we got a very, very different matchup. Very interesting matchup, in my opinion. We got Alacrovan going up against Archigun. This is going to be Orcs versus Chaos. I have already covered this matchup before. Part 1 and Part 2, 5 games each, where I cover this matchup. It's a very, very interesting matchup, in my opinion. I think most people would say it's a little Orc favored, but Chaos can definitely do some stuff in this matchup, that's for sure. Let's see what's going to happen here. Alacrovan, he starts on the top side, he goes for a Heretic, 3 Cultists, and Chaos Temple, and then he actually goes Raptors. Interesting. That's not always you see in this matchup. Usually you don't see Raptors, but on a map like Battle Marshes, it makes sense because Battle Marshes is pretty good because of the terrain. On the bottom side, Archigun, he goes for standard build order, Slugger Boy, and 2 Slugger Boys actually. I really like this color scheme the more I look at it. So 2 Slugger Boys, a Shooter Boy, and obviously Gretchen's, the Boys Horde, get that Big Mech. Generator obviously as well. So just standard opening. Raptors are gonna come in and they're for sure gonna interrupt these Shooter Boys. However, Archigun is also being very, very offensive here. It looks like he's going in and he actually sees an opportunity to get these Heretics. They are very, very low. But I think they'll finish it in time. Sacrificing one heretic to actually get this listing post. No, they actually survived. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this point is getting captured. But this is getting interrupted 24/7. Big Mac has to get out in order for Archigun to actually respond to Alacrovan's offensiveness here. Also get Chaos Lord second, okay. I like that. Chaos Lord is really good to actually answer for this Big Mac here.
We can serve you. We are eager.
Alacrovan is definitely getting caught out. He's trying to get both relics. One of them he has to give up, and looks like it's going to be this one.
Beware.
Looking at economy, plus 50 to plus 0. Plus 56 to plus 10 for orcs. A little bit ahead because of faster cap speed, and also upgraded this one. Also getting this war banner. But this point is not captured yet. However, these raptors are actually going to respond to this cultist. But then there's no one to actually defend this area. Okay. Cultists are going to go back here. However, Chaos Lord is actually getting in here. I don't think Chaos Lord can actually do much in a range fight here. Too much firepower here, I think. Oh, the Slugger Boy's not getting microed enough. Chaos Space Marine is now out. Usually in this matchup, Chaos has a relatively big advantage in tier 2, tier 2.5, I should say specifically. It is considered pretty one-sided in the early game towards orcs, and then tier 2, Chaos gets a comeback, sometimes very big comeback. Alacrovan potentially suiciding a little bit, and then in tier 3 it's gonna swing back to orcs' favor, usually. Let's see here, a plasma generator is being built here. Another Chaos Space Marine is getting out. These raptors are gonna go over here and defend these cultists. Looks like Archigun wants to double down on this. He's getting his relic over here, however. Oh, would be very, very painful to lose these cultists. I hope he gets to capture the whole thing. He does. Archigun has to leave here. He can't decap this. Too much damage is going to go down. Okay, nicely done. Alacrovan actually gets a bit of a catch out here. Okay, some shooter boys dying. 2 shooter boys, in fact, at least 2. And some damage on the Big Mac. That's good. Now Archigun is a little bit in trouble here. I like this back and forth here. Get a lot of fighting. But let's look at economy. 86 to plus 10 for orcs. 35 population cap. And Heavy Boy armor is coming in. Storm Boys are also coming in. A bit of an advantage. Tier 1.5 for orcs has officially arrived. Now Alacrovan, he's still tier 1. Has this disengage here. His armory is coming up here. He needs to run here. The Storm Boys are going to be a pain in the bottom side. And these Slugger Boys want to keep on going. These Raptors has to deal with them 24/7. We have a massive fight over here. Looks like orcs overextended a little bit. Alacrovan basically just reinforced a little bit here. However, Chaos Lord took a lot of damage in that exchange, I can see. Also good position with this heavy cover here. Looks like Alacrovan actually wants to double down in this area. Also getting the plasma gun, that is going to be very, very good for these Chaos Space Marines. When they get the aspiring champions and the Chaos Lord get the plasma gun, it's going to be very, very good. This is one of the advantages that Chaos has in tier 1.5 that Space Marines does not have, because Space Marines can't go aspiring champion or sergeants, as they are called for them. They have to get them in tier 2. Cultist also getting in here with grenade launchers, actually. Okay, grenades are also out for Chaos Marines. That's good. The Chaos actually has a little bit of an advantage here because of the Raptors. Just need to micro a little bit. Or will they? Because these shooter boys are definitely getting tied up. A massive fight in here. I think Archigun is basically losing this exchange here. A lot of Slugger Boys dying. But Chaos is not getting too easily away with this. A lot of Space Marines have also gone down. Not clear, not a clear winner. At least yet. A lot of Slugger Boys dying. Hey. Both players really fighting it out. I really like it, but this listing post is still up. Okay. Now getting the power stores, that's good. Another war banner coming in.
We are taking fire. We are taking fire.
Plus 80 to plus 20 economy for Chaos, a little bit underwhelming. Orcs definitely has a better economy. That's because of the early generator basically being able to upgrade listing post early. Okay, heavy bolter turret potentially being built here. That might be good because orcs usually get a big spike right now. And then they'll just invade you with like storm boys all over the place, shooter boys, and then heavy bolter turret can actually relieve some pressure. But speaking of pressure, this listing post is getting really bashed down. Another generator being built. Lots of raptors dying here. In fact, all of the raptors just died. This is not good for Alacrovan. Wow, that was fast. These storm boys are going to destroy the strategic point here. They're going to go in on the chaos lord. I don't think that's a good idea. In fact, they should have decapped this. That was a bit of a mistake by Archigun, actually. These cultists with grenade launchers are getting tied up. Basically, you can go, yeah, go range here. Nicely done. This will get decapped immediately. I really like the pressure that Archigun is putting down here. But Alacrovan is now going tier 2. But speaking of tier 2, Archigun is tier 2. The only thing that he's a little bit in trouble with is actually power. He is only plus 10. He needs more power if he wants to go vehicles. But he's 55 population cap. Got some heavy bolter on these Chaos Marines. Listing post coming in here. No Kappa units. All the Kappa units are dead for Chaos, so they'll get a problem when they want to capture this. Because we can't build any cultists out of this stronghold as of yet, because we're going tier 2 for Chaos. This heavy bolter turret might not have been the worst idea, actually. Buys a little bit of time. This area is decently fortified. But yeah, not having this area, let's see the economy for Chaos, 68 to plus 30, that is very bad. Actually getting another Chaos Marine to actually capture this area, that might be the only way out. Storm Boys, ready to jump in. But they're gonna meet some heavy bolters, I don't think they can proceed. Big Mech Shop is now up. Okay, nicely done. This is really good by Archigun. He knows this. It's really good. Decent grenade here from Alacrovan. This is absolutely brutal. A heretic goes down. Okay. Storm Boys are going to jump over here. Machine Pit is now up. And this heavy weapons increase is going to be so powerful, because the heavy bolters gets, I think, double damage or something when this upgrade gets in, unlike Space Marines that doesn't get any benefits of it other than they can get more weapons. But this just means that these heavy bolters will just deal stupid damage. Even to vehicles they actually deal decent damage. Also, this Purge of the Week will increase the HP for these Chaos Marines. Now we have an engagement in here, and it's actually, surprise, some tank busters actually coming out here. It's gonna destroy this turret here. Yeah, and just back and forth here. This listening post should be focusing some shoot voice here. Bit of a mistake from Alacrovan, but he's under so much pressure here. I think Alacrovan might actually need some Hellions because, not Hellions, Hell Talons. Because if he doesn't get the Hell Talons here, nicely done actually, good catch here. As you can see, these heavy bolters are dealing stupid damage. But nicely done here. Archigun is just going to put on the pressure on the other side. Orcs' economy is really good, 140 plus 40. Whereas Alacrovan's economy is literally useless. 62 plus 30. He's just losing everything. He lost both relics. And this Chaos Marine squad is not being microed here. Losing both sides here. Alacrovan is in so much trouble. Hell Talon's coming out here. The reason why we need Hell Talon is because of AV. We need AV here for Chaos. Okay. However, Stormboys are overextending a little bit. That's not the best way to play them. That's for sure. Now this Hell Talon's out here. Oh, and the Big Mech also went down. Nicely done. This might be a little bit of a... This might be a small window of opportunity here for Alacrovan. Hell Talon is hunting relentlessly down this war track. Nicely done. I like this play here from Alacrovan. Oh, and these Slug Boys got absolutely murdered. But what about these Storm Boys? Who is doing anything about these Storm Boys? No one as of now. This Chaos Marine is going up with 3 models and no heavy bolters. Oh, don't lose your Hell Talon, please. Oh, with that bad of an economy, it's just unplayable to lose a Hell Talon like that. Lost a Heretic like that. Okay. Did he even finish this distance post? I don't think so. It has. Okay. Rhino transport is being built here. I like that because he needs to answer this mobility pressure here. Archigun attacking from both sides. We need a Rhino here. It's a good idea from Alacrovan. No, it actually got finished. My bad. I was very worried. But as you can see here, these antennas, I think, or satellites, whatever they're called, when they are moving, it means that this listening post got finished.
Do you hear the voices too?
Archigun chilling a little bit. This probably means that he's recovering a little bit here. He's getting more and more upgrades. He's increasing his economy even more. And he now has knobs. And you know what the problem with knobs is? That heavy bolters doesn't deal the same amount of damage. Alacrovan actually catches off these Storm Boys. Like it or not, this might actually be a small opening here because that actually kills this attack from here. Now Chaos could just focus on this side. But speaking of this side, there is a relentless push here from Archigun here. Hell Talon now out. Oh, going to be a little risky if it walks up because there's a lot of AV here. Very low economy. Alacrovan is basically just holding on for dear life. He's getting the Sorcerer. He needs the Sorcerer for many reasons, but one of the main reasons is actually detecting these these guys over here. Tank Busters, of course. Knobs going in here and taking so much damage, actually. Nicely done here. Even though they're good against the heavy bolters. Oh my god, this Hell Talon went down. But even though they're good, they won't sustain that much firepower at least. Doesn't make them unkillable at all. Sorcerer's out. Hell Talon went down. That is so detrimental. This gets decapped here. This relic is actually getting captured here. I like that Alacrovan is still in here, but I think the economy is too strong for Archigun. He can just reinforce all his units here, and Chaos just has to do some next level shenanigans to even survive. This Hell Talon is not getting microed. Yeah, he's losing this Hell Talon. No, yeah. These Hell Talon cost so much. I don't remember the cost exactly, but it's a lot of power and a lot of requisition even. And when you have this bad of an economy, you can't afford to lose your Hell Talons every single time to get out. I know it's impossible almost, but Chaos Lord is just getting bounced around here, I guess. Even the Big Mac is jumping into the party here. And this machine pit is just getting punched down here. War Truck might actually go down. But I don't see any answers. Chaos Sorcerer has to jump out. Chaos Lord is basically just getting bounced around by these war tracks. Machine pit is going down. Yeah, Chaos Lord is taking a lot of damage here. These Chaos Marines just can't do anything. They're just getting bounced around by these war tracks. And again, no AV against them. Or is there? We're actually getting a sacrificial circle. And we're actually getting some Horror Squad. Okay, nicely done. They're gonna get tied up by these Big Macs. Or Big Macs. Knob Squads. But these Knobs are actually taking a lot of damage. Including the Big Mac, actually. He's dying here. One Blast Generator went down. These war tracks are so annoying. And meanwhile, these tank busters are just having a party over here. We even have the Gretchens to actually repair these war tracks and war truck. Archigun is even tier 3 at this point, or he has tier 3 population. This means that he can upgrade this settlement. And these Chaos Marines are just trying their best to actually survive. But it's just inevitable. These horrors are not going to do anything. Knobs are definitely close to dying. But who is answering these war tracks? No one. And speaking of Knobs, even if these guys goes down, that's right, we have another Knob Squad. This game is over for Alacrovan. He's not going to survive this. This Sorcerer is definitely going down. Chaos Lord is still in the fight, but he's not going to do anything. He's getting bounced around. I have no idea why this Sorcerer is still alive. Alacrovan is... I like this guy. He's definitely not giving up. But I think he has to here. These war tracks still up. Not even getting close to being beaten up. These horror squads are not going to do anything against them. I even think the corrections could just go in and tie them up, so... No answers. Notes are just going in here. Alacrovan is definitely out of this. And he's actually... No, he didn't even delete this building. It just got absolutely destroyed. Alacrovan has to leave here, and he does so. Okay. I don't think this is as one-sided as I might make it look like. I just think that Alacrovan... There's too much... Like, I think he basically just lost because of... Well, he lost the early game a little bit, but that's normal against orcs. I just think that as soon as the Storm Boys came in, he wasn't ready for them, and then they just destroyed a lot of stuff. He lost his relic over here and stuff. Like, as soon as orcs got tier 2 earlier than him, like, he was always behind in tech, which again is normal. I just I don't think you can afford being that behind. And so what happens is orcs will just murder you, basically. Yeah, I think that's the main thing, just being behind in tech and stuff. Storm Boys, as soon as they came in, they're just too fast to actually respond against. And that's one of the problems that orcs has in this case. Or that I should say chaos. Orcs can actually be out mobile, and as soon as they, like that whole case where Archigun actually attacked over here, and then the Storm Boys did some stuff over here, and Alacrovan never actually got his Rhino before it was too late, and at that point it's just like you can't win because you have to like fight both sides. Yeah, I think a little bit too many mistakes. Maybe it's not the best map either. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. This Raptor squad, ain't no way they're dying like that. You don't, like, that was... I think he got surprised. I got surprised, but it's like, you don't lose your Raptors like that. Losing your Raptors was basically just... That basically just lost you a massive opportunity to actually answer some of this relentless push here and there. Not saying this was the game-losing thing. GG to Archigun, he wins game 2, but I actually think Alacrovan has a chance here. I legitimately think this. This is not Master Yoba versus everyone. This is Alacrovan versus Archigun. I feel like they're kind of in the same level. I saw some good signs of Alacrovan. He caught off some of these Storm boys. And I think that could actually have been a bit of an opportunity. Obviously, he was so behind in eco, so he couldn't really make up for it. But I definitely think that he can push back. Let's see if he actually can do that. I'm not sure if he will do that because Archigun does look really good, but he doesn't look completely unbeatable. So let's get into it, guys. Let's go for game 2. Let's go for it. Okay, so game 2 is actually going to be on Shrine of Excellium. Again, same matchup, and I think this is a really, really good pick for Alacrovan. Here, you have better opportunities against Orcs. Orcs definitely like Shrine of Excellium, but I would say in a matchup like this, being able to actually mass a lot of units in the early game will actually neutralize some of the early game for Orcs, or against Orcs. So I think this might actually be really, really good for Chaos. Speaking of Chaos, on the top side, got Alacrovan. He went for a Heretic, and building a Chaos Temple, getting a Chaos Space Marines immediately. And then 3 cultists, obviously, because we have 5 points. You could go 3 cultists in general, but you're not going to, that's for sure. Unless you want this Chaos Space Marine to actually capture something. But I'm gonna tell you right now, on a very short map like this, that is very risky because you might need these Chaos Marines to actually do some defensive shenanigans here. Actually capturing the whole left side here for Alacrovan, I might actually think that's a good idea. He doesn't have to be stretched out, so he can actually defend on a more tight spot here. That's good. And then on the bottom side, we've got Archigun. I just expect to do same opening, right? Yeah, 2 Slugger Boys. The boys hard getting the Big Meg generator. Okay. That's a standard opening for Archigun. Alacrovan being a little offensive here. I kind of like it. Going in here, making sure that these Slugger Boys are not doing some funny stuff. That's good. Okay. If Chaos can actually get their points without actually losing too much, that will be very, very good. We also got a Chaos Lord just deleted this listing post. That's good. Could get a little bit more economy to actually protect these strategic points to build something on them. They'll probably go a second Chaos Space Marine here very, very soon. Bit of an exchange here. Cultists versus Shooter Boys. They actually deal more melee damage. But they are very, very squishy, so I think Shooter Boys will actually win that. I'm not 100% sure, but I would assume that. Definitely these cultists need to run now. Oh my god, it was almost a wipe. Okay. Big Meg actually jumping in here. Gonna delay this area a little bit. These cultists have to run before they get absolutely murdered here, or will they? But Big Meg is now focusing on these Chaos Marines here. Another Chaos Marine squad is getting out. This is getting finished. That's good. 62 to +0. 68 to +0 for Chaos. That's good. 74 to +10 for Archigun. Obviously, his economy is really, really good. It's getting better and better, but that's just the nature of this Orc opening here. But as you can see, Chaos slowly getting a really, really good army, and he's going 2 plasma generators. Okay. That is very, very bold. I kind of like it. This is almost suicide from Archigun here. I don't like this. He's gonna go all in here. He wants to deny this area, but what is the price he's paying here? I don't know if this is a good idea, mate. Chaos Lord is going ham. And we still haven't exchanged over here. Chaos Marines will win against the Shooter Boys. This is a way better early game from Chaos. However, these cultists actually got wiped, so at least there's that. But these Chaos Marines are gonna finish the job. Nice. Bit of an engagement in here. These cultists will go all in here. They have to decap here, I think. Yeah, nice. Nice. Really, really good early game. Oh, yeah, and Chaos Armory coming in here.
Oh, hey, boss.
What's it? What's it?
We have 35 population cap here for Archigun. Really good economy. 98 to plus 10. Getting pile guns as well, as usual. Will we get Storm Boys? Not yet. Slug Boys almost getting wiped here.
Don't bother me. I'm working on something. Where's the fight?
Okay. Cultists are now ditching this relic here to go in and actually have a get-go here. Chaos disengaging, now getting their aspiring champions. And plasma gun. I like this early game. If Chaos can actually get through the early game, they will survive. But it's going to be tough because Archigun is definitely going for a bit of a push here. Storm Boys should come out here. No, they are not. Every boy armor is getting in instead. Where's the Big Mac? He's running over here. Okay. He can go for one of these plasma generators, I guess. But these Shooter Boys are getting absolutely murdered here. Good engagement here by Alacrovan. Good grenades. Is he gonna throw another one? Nicely done. Good wipe here. Massive. Absolutely massive for Alacrovan. This plasma generator is getting bashed up, however. A bit of an interesting engagement here. I actually kind of like this for Archigun. But he's gonna lose this listing post, however. Oh, losing those Shooter Boys was a very, very... Yeah, that was not good. Storm Boys are coming out now. And the eco advantage that Archigun had not that long ago, it's completely gone. Plus 80 to plus 10. Alacrovan is 86 to plus 10. So he's actually ahead. Well, okay, that is going to change with this plasma generator going down. But Archigun lost this area here. Yeah, and requisition for orcs is just different. Like, they need way more requisition than most because of their builds with a lot of orcs, a lot of infantry. Bit of an engagement in here. These cultists has to run, of course. Another Storm Boy squad is getting out. I think that's good to actually respond to these Chaos Space Marines here. Heavy bolter turret. I actually kind of like this. It's gonna be able to defend this area way better. And when Orcs is doing this kind of engagement in here, you want some defensive capabilities. Not saying the heavy bolter turret is the best way to go, but I kind of understand it. So many Shooter Boys dying. This is really, really brutal. And what are we seeing here? We are seeing some screaming, whatever that ability is called. This means we are tier 2 for Alacrovan. And that is very, very bad news for Archigun, because that means he is down in tech. And tier 2, as I've already said, really, really brutal. Absolutely brutal for orcs. If they are behind and Chaos is tier 2, I don't know if you could actually survive, but let's see. Archigun could pull something off, or Alacrovan could definitely make a mistake. Grenade launchers on a bunch of these cultists. But again, this listing post is going down. Storm Boys now jumping in to the party here. Jumping into this turret fortification here. No answers with these Chaos Marines. Oh my god, don't say this war banner is actually going down. Oh my god, this war banner is going down. Some Chaos Marines definitely dying for that, but that is worth it. Like, these two is definitely worth it. But looks like Archigun is definitely going in here, or he's just going for these cultists. Yeah, he's killing the whole thing, including the grenade launchers. These Storm Boys are also joining the party. kind of like this. This Chaos Lord, however, is going to jump in and actually fight these shooter boys. He might actually be able to win. No, he needs to focus this this big mech immediately. He's Chaos Space Marine a little bit caught off guard. Now the plasma generator coming out here. More choppy research also coming in here for Archigun. In fact, it just got researched. Chaos Sorcerer coming out. These Stone Boys again jumping into this area here. Archigun is kind of getting back the map. He still has this area here in the middle, but that will change for sure. These Stone Boys just has to fly away. Now going for this listing post, not a bad shout.
We will serve you.
Right now, Chaos can't win, or can't win this against this Chaos army. Oh, and when this machine pit comes out, that is going to be very, very painful. But I think, however, Archigun can absolutely, he can absolutely stop this. Oh, but he doesn't do it in time. He could have definitely killed that builder over there. But he doesn't, so this means that we can get rhinos here for Alacrovan. Alacrovan is a little bit in trouble here. He needs to run away. He does, that's good. This listing post is still up. It never got destroyed, in fact. Shooter boys are just face first tanking this this listing post here. So many orcs just dying left and right here. I think they're overextending a little bit, or are they? Because this Chaos Lord is very, very low. Oh, he gets out in time, and now these Stone Boys are really, really in a weird spot here. I think they have to disengage. Of course, this area got put down, but like, it's not gonna add up to this. Too many orcs are dying. There's way, way, way too many orcs dying. Alacrovan's economy has not been fantastic for such a long time in this game. 86 to plus 30. And Archigun's has just been up and down. Sometimes he's very low in economy and sometimes he's very high. Right now he's very high, 104 to plus 10. It's not too high because he needs generators to actually transition into vehicles. Instead, he's just going all in here with these Stone Boys here. I actually really, really like this. Focusing this listing post. He needs to take this listing post down as well. Just decap this, I think. No, he's gonna jump these cultists. Or he wants to stop this. Another wall banner goes down. Another wall banner just went down. That is so painful. Tank Busters now out. Yeah, no big mech shop. This doesn't look good for Archigun. You still haven't destroyed this listing post. I don't think he noticed it. Gonna do a bit of a counterattack here, I think. Sacrificial circle is being built. Let's look at Chaos' economy. Plus 80 to plus 40. Plus 98 to plus 20 for orcs. Another generator is probably going down, going in. No, obviously we need another wall banner because otherwise there's no tier 2. Okay. Now orcs are going all in here. They're throwing down a Hail Mary here. Chaos will of course try and respond here. He can't afford just losing everything on this side. There's a lot of generators, a lot of eco over here. Even his sacrificial circle is over here. Okay. Good stun on this vehicle here. However, this Big Mac is very, very low. His whole squad just got wiped. Okay, he jumps out in time, however. Stone Boys are still being a nuisance over here. Oh my god, Archigun, move. Run. Run, bro. Big Meg is very close to dying. In fact, he is dead. Tank Buster's getting murdered. And these Stone Boys are just not being able to do enough. This listing post is still up. This listing post is going down, however. Oh my god, but now Defilers are out, and there is no answers for these Defilers. Archigun knows it. He's saying GG. He knows it. And guys, we get a game 3 Alacrovan. He hits back. He's not having any of it. I think this is really, really well played by Alacrovan. Again, not the cleanest games I've ever seen. This is not Alacrovan, Dantist, okay? Big gap, okay? But that says a lot more about Dantis than it says about Alacrovan. I think Alacrovan is definitely like... He's definitely playing... By the way, this color scheme is very amazing. I've not talked about it, but I really like this color scheme. But yeah, Alacrovan, he's not like a next level amazing player, so I'm not gonna like gaslight you guys into like, yeah, this guy is the best I've ever seen. Like, but I think he played really well in this one. I think Archigun... I think there's a little too many mistakes, like not doing it, like not destroying this listing post, not decapping in time. He lost so many orcs in so many fights. This fight, there was a fight over here, just face tanking here, just jumping in 24/7 with these Storm boys. And Alacrovan, like, I didn't even catch it, but like Alacrovan got tier 2 before orcs. You just know that something went wrong. Ain't no way. But I think the main problem actually that I haven't talked about is Archigun basically losing the map. Like, or getting outplayed on the map, I should say. Like, even though he got 2 plasma generators and stuff, pretty good, right? He lost this listening post and he lost the war banner. By the way, he lost this war banner 2 times. This means he never ever got to tier 2.
Do not try
or it managed to get tier 2. Because even when he was tier 2, he didn't have enough power to actually get the vehicles. So yeah, just Alacrovan actually kind of just sneakily got tier 2, and when he gets tier 2, it's just unplayable for orcs unless orcs has a very strong army and Chaos needs to do a lot of stuff to actually handle it. Problem was that Chaos didn't really have time to actually do anything. I feel like Chaos, like, for my money, Chaos couldn't really answer anything, like, or orcs couldn't answer anything because I don't know, so many orcs was dead, so you can't do anything. If you have to replenish all your orcs dying left and right, and Chaos doesn't lose too much, then and Chaos going smoothly into tier 2, and when Archigun finally is going to tier 2, he's losing war banners or he doesn't have enough generators. And I think it's mostly coming down to this losing this area here and losing a war banner and losing too many orcs in the exchange. I think that is actually what happened overall. But Archigun doesn't look bad at all. I just think he got outplayed on the map here. And this is a little bit of a favored Chaos map, I feel like. Normally when I see this matchup, it looks pretty good for Chaos on this matchup. Or on this map. Same goes for Space Marines, by the way. When Space Marines play on this map against orcs, they're pretty good to go. And I think it's basically because Storm Boys are not as efficient on this because it's a very tight map. I know they're still useful, but it's not battle marshes, right? And then the other thing is Space Marine squads can just get a lot of resources, so you can actually easily get a better mass to actually answer for the orc pushes. And then obviously more resources will also get you earlier tier 2, and getting early tier 2 is really good for Chaos. So Archigun, a bit of a blunder in the other game, I think. Alacrovan came out very defensively in the early game, so well played to him. Let's get into game 3, guys, and let's see who's actually taking this series. It's not a clear one. This looks very, very close to me. But nonetheless, guys, here it is. Archigun versus Alacrovan, game 3. Same matchup, being played on Medium Mines, however. Oh, that's interesting. I actually think this might actually be really good for Chaos. And immediately I want to take that back. I'm not sure. This is a very, very good orc map, actually. 5 points on each side. Really, really good for orcs. And Storm Boys are more effective on this map. because as you can see, the points are more spread out. Yeah, I'm not sure. By the way, this is an interesting opening by Alacrovan. He goes for 2 cultists and a Space Marine squad. They will probably, yeah, it looks like they are... Okay, they're actually going to capture this one. And a plasma generator, okay. So only 2 cultists. That is an unusual opening, but I kind of F with it. This is very risky. Every time you go plasma generator against a race like orcs, it's very risky. But if we can get another early tier 2 for chaos, that'll be very, very good. By the way, Chaos Lord already, what the hell? That is going to delay this listing post, I think. No, that's why he stopped the Chaos Lord. Okay, interesting. Whatever. Archigun, he goes for standard build order. I don't even have to, I could just guess. 2 Slugger Boys, Generator, getting the Shooter Boys and the Big Mech. By the way, this flag, I've looked at it a little bit. It looks like the Hungarian flag, but as far as I remember, the Hungarian flag is different in terms of the amount of colors. I don't even know who this guy is in the middle. It's not clear to me. I usually am very good at like remembering flags and stuff. Oh, I know this. I was about to say the Iranian flag, but it's not the Iranian flag. This is the colors are also different there. It is the same colors, but the colors are different. This is one of those countries, Tajikistan or Kyrgyzstan or not Afghanistan. One of those Uzbekistan or one of those countries down there. I'm pretty sure about this. This metal thing is probably what gives it away. So Archigun is probably from there. This is a country that's between Afghanistan and one of the countries over in Russia. But enough about countries. We have a big engagement in here, and nicely done by Archigun. He basically just face first into this area here, teleports in. He saw where the Chaos Space Marines were. They were over here, so they wouldn't be able to get in here. Nice teleport here by Archigun. Okay. 3 heretics is being okay. Interesting. I don't know about this opening here from Alacrovan. He needs to respond immediately. This is a lot of early game here from orcs. First war banner is coming up. Nothing unusual on the side of orcs. Also upgrading 2 listing posts. That is normal. Bashing on this listing post, which however is going to be upgraded. And another plasma generator. This is very greedy from Alacrovan, I will definitely say that. He's trying to upgrade himself out of this early game. Like the listing post, upgrading them. 92 to plus, soon to be 20. Okay. This listing post is now up, so now Archigun has to chill a little bit. Chaos Lord needs to be a little careful because he does take a lot of damage from the Big Mech, but if he's in a straight duel, he can actually win. Oh my god, no way. This is so good by Archigun. He's going in here. He's gonna kill these cultists for sure. Or will he, because they're getting reinforced? I don't think the Chaos Lord is coming in time. No, this whole cultist squad is actually going down. This is not good. Alacrovan should have saved them. Instead, they're all dead. Slugger Boys are still here. They're now disengaging. Another Chaos Squad is coming in here. These cultists need to be the ones that is actually capturing this area. Chaos Lord is not having any of it. He's not bashing on this Big Mech. And he's actually applying his slow here. This is what happens. Chaos Lord actually slows the unit that he hits. And it's actually a very, very drastic slow. And also it applies like a poisoning effect. Like it deals damage over time. It's not massive, but it still does. Okay. Chaos Armory is now out. And looks like Alacrovan is ditching his tier 2 plans. If he even had the tier 2 plans. Because now he's going for a lot of aspiring champions and plasma gun. And another Chaos Marine squad, and he get grenades. Yeah. He realizes he can't transition into tier 2 early. But that means that gives an opening for orcs to actually transition into tier 2 if he wants to. But I don't think he does. Also, orcs doesn't exactly know what is going on over here. He knows, however, that Chaos started Generator, because otherwise it's impossible to upgrade this listing post here immediately. Except if you skip Chaos Lord, but you don't do that. Don't skip the Chaos Lord, guys. That is really, really dumb. Okay. I kind of like this by Archigun. Ooh, he's getting the very early Stormboy speed boost here. I really like that. That's going to be good for the Stormboys for obvious reasons. And also more choppy. Oh, don't tell me we're getting another deny here. Alacrovan is getting absolutely murdered over here. No, these cultists have to run. Yeah, Alacrovan is not defending this area fast enough. These cultists are getting caught off guard, and they're getting wiped. Now this heavy bolter turret is getting built here. It's not gonna save Alacrovan. He needs to make a decision here, but it is very hard. If you don't secure this relic and this area either, you will just lose against someone like Orcs here. Because you have to run back and forth 24/7 with your Chaos Marines. And now there's an opening for Archigun to actually jump over here if he wants to. But he's not doing that. He wants to take the fight. He's going in here. Chaos Marines are a bit of in trouble, I would say. However, Archigun doesn't want to overextend. That's smart by him. But he can now jump over here still. Oh my god. I would expect him to do so. He's in fact just not jumping. He probably doesn't have the jump for it. He's gonna try and deny this area here, and he will probably succeed because these cultists are... There is a lot of them, but they are very, very squishy. But good grenade, however, from Chaos Marines that might actually save it. He does. That's good. Yeah, if this relic got denied again, that would be terrible. This listening post, by the way, went down. I actually think Chaos is tier 2 here. Sorry, guys, I didn't notice that. So that's actually decent for Chaos. However, it's not decent if you lose all the Chaos Marines here. We also tier 2 for Orcs. That means Big Mech Shop very, very soon. Let's see the economy here for Alacrovan. He is 92 plus 30. Behind in economy for obvious reasons. In fact, Orcs' economy is ridiculous. 122 to plus 30. This plasma generator is 100% going down. More choppy, coming in hot here. This plasma generator has no time. Alacrovan is a little hesitant here because I don't think he wants to be in melee here. Oh my god, don't tell me this is getting interrupted here. That would be so brutal. Okay, good. Archigun, he gets out because Alacrovan responds immediately. That was good. Okay, looks like a bigger generator is coming in here. Gretchens are just waiting for the requisition. Cultists are getting hunted down here. I like it. More Kappa units just dying. Heavy bolter turret is in here. It is getting upgraded, but I think there's too much damage for this heavy bolter turret to stay alive. Yeah, this heavy bolter turret goes down. Didn't pay up at all. Hell Talon coming in. I think that might actually be the right choice here because AV is badly needed. Sacrificial Circle also coming in. This listening post never got finished. This doesn't look good for Alacrovan, guys. I'm gonna keep it real. Chaos Space Marines very much in trouble here. Sacrificial Circle is not getting finished. It'll have to be cancelled here. Yeah, this listening post is going down. These Stormboys have been so effective, as I've already said. This map is so good for Stormboys. Just brutal decap here. Lost this area. Sure, this area is secured. Or is it? Because this will go down. But like, losing all of this is too much. Yes, some Stormboys is dying. But Chaos has to pull a rabbit out of his hat. However, his army is kinda intact. But he can't really benefit from the upgrades. There's still no answers for this war track. I was wondering where the Hell Talon was. It's actually focusing this war truck. This war truck might actually go down. No, he doesn't finish it. He needs to get back here anyway.
We are the flying scourge of chaos.
Boss? Who is getting shot?
Archigun going for his global here. That is going to put his requisition income to... It's gonna go through the roof.
5 minutes until take and hold victory.
It's gonna hit the 150s or something. So that is... Like, I don't think Alacrovan has an answer here. Hell Talon tries to desperately destroy a war track here. Bit of an engagement here from Alacrovan. Gonna try and throw a Hail Mary here. Rhino will definitely go down. It doesn't have a way out. Now these Chaos Space Marines are just in such a trouble here. There's so many orcs, so much disruption, so much firepower, so many tie-ups. This is not a fun time. Horror squads are basically just trying to do something. They actually sniped this war track. Now it's time for these Chaos Marines to get caught off here. They're actually getting blocked out. I really like that Stormboys jumped over here, so these Chaos Marines have nowhere to run. And they're getting finished off, I think. Alacrovan has no way out here. 86 to plus 40 for Alacrovan. 154 to plus 80 for Archigun. This game is over, guys. Oh my god, it's so brutal for Alacrovan. But it's so good here, like, also getting caught off guard here. These Stormboys have been so effective so far. Listening post is going down. Archigun obviously has the tank busters. That is going to help against the Defilers and the Hell Talons. Okay, what a knockback by this Chaos Sorcerer. Horrors are trying to do a little cheeky attack on this war truck, but Archigun finds them, murders them. Defilers trying to do something, but not going to do anything. Rhino is in a weird spot here. Basically, he's being forced to do pathing, I guess. Gonna get another Chaos Marine squad. It's not gonna do anything. And like tier 3 is even coming in for Archigun. So even if Alacrovan pulls out some random miracle, even if Archigun basically just deletes all his units, I think Archigun might still win. No joke. This is so brutal. Good decap. This relic is still not being rebuilt. This area got lost. This never got rebuilt. Oh, it does. Knobs are in here. Machine pit getting focused. Knobs dying here, actually. Okay. Oh, this is so painful. This is so well played by Archigun. I think he came in here with a really good attack strategy here. Shooter Boy is getting kind of murdered here, actually. Okay, this machine pit actually survives for some goddamn reason. But look at these Stormboys. They're just gonna go on the other side. Poor Heretic. Didn't stand a chance. Let's see here. Yeah, tier 3 is coming in for Archigun. Another Nob squad. The economy has been so good for Archigun for such a long time. He even has the take and hold. This is GG, and Alacrovan knows it. Yeah. Okay, guys, this is a classic example of like a opening I think going wrong. I think Alacrovan's opening is wrong. I think you need to go 3 cultist. Because so what happens sometimes on Medium Minds, and it's pretty much unplayable, is if you can't secure this relic, and it's getting denied by in this instance orcs, but it could be another race. If this area gets denied, what orcs or some other race is going to do is going to attack on this side. And you have to answer that with your slow Space Marines. And what does orcs do? Okay, I'm just gonna go back here and attack this area. Because this relic takes a lot of time to recapture. Granted, like, I could say, Alacrovan, why are you not over here and defending this area, blah, blah, blah. But, like, he is in a bad spot no matter what. And I think the main reason why this is going wrong is because he didn't secure this relic fast enough. And he didn't defend it well enough in the early game. And I actually think that comes down to his opening. I think this cultist going here, and then here, and then here is basically too late. But getting like a cultist, an extra cultist could, for example, mean that these cultists could start here, or maybe even instantly take the relic. I don't know, like, there's many ways to skin a cat, I guess, but basically, like, this stretch here, you're gonna not have these 2 points at the same time for a very, very long time, unless you are investing so much in army that you actually fight off the orcs. But guess what happens? Orcs goes tier 2 or tier 1.5 and it's over. So this is what happened. Alacrovan, he fought his heart out. I think he tried. I just think his position was so bad that he had no, like, the situation he was in was so bad that he had no way getting through this. And Archigun, he was never under pressure. He was really, like, his Stormboys was really good. I like the way that he went for kind of early, more choppy research and speed boost. And these Stormboys just came from downtown, and it was absolutely unplayable for Alacrovan. So well played by Archigun. He actually moves on. That's very, very interesting. He's going up against Master Yoba. That is going to be rough for him, but I think he's coming in hot. I think he's doing some stuff here. He could be cooking some. Yeah. Well played to Archigun. I really, really like it. I'm going to do some research. Is this Tajikistan or whatever that... maybe it's not how it's pronounced in English, but I think that's the flag. I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So, nicely done, Archigun. You are representing your country really, really well. Well played to you. GG, he moves on. Alacrovan goes down in the losers bracket. Let's get to the last of... series for today, which is going to be Ataraxia versus Atla. Let's get into it, guys. Let's go, man. Okay, so the last series for this video is going to be Ataraxia going up against Atla. It's going to be Eldar versus Eldar. Normally, guys, when we see this matchup, when we see this mirror, I have seen some crazy stuff. Especially in Burger Cup 21. Rum Reese's versus Frenetic. I'm just saying. But Ataraxia and Atla is the players who's actually going up against each other. And here, Ataraxia starts on the left-hand side. Goes with Bone Singer, 3 Guardians, and Fleet of Foot. And gets Aspect Portal and Rangers. This looks kind of standard. I don't know about 3 Guardians, but getting early map control on a map like this is deadly fun archaeology. It might actually be a good idea. Yeah, it looks like Atla's actually doing the exact same thing. He's also getting Rangers and getting the plasma generator here. However, Ataraxia is actually pushing a little bit. He's trying to get this area here. Kind of like this color scheme, actually.
Yes, command me to build.
Obviously, Fleet of Foot a little delayed because of going 3 Guardians. And also instantly going Infiltration here. This means that usually what we see in this matchup is we get Warlocks for these Guardians. We might get a decap here. Okay. Nice decap here by Atla. But obviously he's gonna take a lot of beating here. In fact, it might be a lot of beating here. 2 Guardians going down. 1 Guardian going down on the side of Ataraxia. Oh my god, that was almost a wipe.
How can we help?
Okay. Both players kind of mirroring each other. Ataraxia a little bit more behind because he lost that area. But he's getting everything safely,
Assuming combat formation
getting his 4 points on his own side.
Incoming enemy fire.
Trying to do a little bit of a counterattack in here.
Take the battle to the our minds work. We are taking damage. Clear mind. Fall back.
Okay.
Success.
So far, not a lot of stuff happening. It's just Rangers trying to do their thing.
We have seen with our eyes. Fall back and reload. Reload. The enemy is upon us.
Nice, Ataraxia just moved a little bit, so he actually got vision on these Rangers here.
Called us back. The burden of leadership lies with us. You cannot.
Atla's trying to avoid the Warlock a little bit here. Oh my god, these Guardians got absolutely murdered. Ataraxia is winning these exchanges a little bit.
We must retreat to the webway.
Let's see here. They're just mirroring a little bit. It's just Ataraxia winning the map a little bit and winning out the trading blows.
Our warrior heart shines once more. Back into the fray. Fear the judgment of the council.
And now also getting this critical location.
This is undone. We must retreat.
However, this Guardian squad almost got wiped here. I like this engagement here by Atla. Has to do a push now.
You called us back.
Ataraxia nicely disengages here.
The enemy position. Regroup. You cannot imagine what
Okay.
we've seen with our eyes.
These Guardians are gonna try and keep up the push on these Rangers. But they're gonna take a lot of beating in the process.
To the enemy.
Looks like Atla is just going all in here. I kind of like it. But these Rangers are also getting tied up by Ataraxia's Guardians. what the hell am I watching? This is getting built here. Let's see here. We might get some Dark Reapers from Ataraxia. I actually kind of like that. Because these Guardians are not doing much damage. But Dark Reapers, on the other hand, will definitely do that. Economy 86 to plus 20 for Ataraxia. 97 to plus... 97 to plus 10 for Ataraxia. And it's 86 to plus 20 for Atla. This looks like he's pushing a little bit for tier 2. Whereas Ataraxia, on the other hand, he's just pushing in here with army. He's getting Dark Reapers. He's not having any of this BS here. He's going in on these Rangers here. And these Rangers has to run immediately. Nicely done. Good damage. However, this listing post is upgraded. Are we getting an early tier 2 from Atla? It looks like he's actually trying to spare his resources a little bit to actually get it. Yeah. Ataraxia, he is pushing tier 2 himself, but he is a little delayed. Got better map control. That's why he has such a good requisition income here.
Enemy fire. We walk the path less traveled.
Has to disengage a little bit here. I kind of like this by Atla. This matchup only starts getting crazy when we get into tier 2, when we get Wall Spiders jumping all over the place and like Harlequins jumping all over the place and stuff. That's where this matchup gets very intense. But right now it's a little boring. Atla don't want to give away this place here, but he might actually he might actually be forced to it. Oh, these Rangers are a little bit out of position.
How can we help?
Guardians didn't quite go down here. Also tier 2 coming in for Ataraxia. But another tier 2. Normally in this mirror matchup, we see Harlequin get out because she can actually detect these Rangers here. And she's really good against this infantry mass here from Ataraxia.
Retreat to the webway. My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
Doesn't look like... Oh my god, what is this float from... Ooh. Yeah, brutal. Not good float from Atla here. He's getting another power generator. As you can see here, Ataraxia, he's not even close to floating as much. He's a little more efficient with his resources. He's not letting them float. Enhanced optics coming in. Probably also for Atla, that's good.
Danger
Guardians getting up here and decamping this. I kind of like that. Also trying to capture this area. Don't want the taken hold to be a bad situation. Alacrovan is now out. That's good for Atla. But I would imagine the same comes for Ataraxia. Yeah. Also getting the Alacrovan. Needed a little bit more population, so we get the webway gates. Oh, these Guardians are caught off guard. Oh, that's not good at all. We need the Warlocks. Okay. Alacrovan is... Ataraxia is just bullying Atla's Alacrovan. That is brutal. That is very, very brutal. Also, 2 Dark Reavers out. And Atla is in trouble. Atla is very much in trouble. He doesn't have much army. He didn't invest too much in army. He put a lot of investment in generators, but that's because he goes vehicles, early vehicles, I guess. That might not be the worst, but if Ataraxia gets AV through, for example, Fire Dragons, then he can actually counter that. There's so much firepower. Look at this. This Listening Shrine is for sure going down. Now the Falcon is out, and there's not a lot of answer for it. I know Alacrovan is kind of tanky, but she's not surviving this engagement here. Alacrovan actually got a good kiss ability out here. I actually missed it. The other Alacrovan is probably coming in here for Atla, trying to kill this Alacrovan. What the hell? All these Rangers that died. Oh my god, this Falcon is not going to do anything now. And this is too much. Are we getting another Falcon? No, because we don't even have the population cap here. Atla is definitely not surviving this. Yeah, this Falcon should have jumped out earlier. Now even the HP upgrade for these Eldar units is out for Ataraxia. That is going to be brutal. Because these vehicles won't be able to kill them the same way. They did this too much. Ataraxia is just brutal here. It's just gonna make a push here. This Listening Shrine is not surviving. I know I've said before that Eldar doesn't have the best building damage, but if they're so upgraded and there's so many Dark Reapers and stuff, I mean, any building will go down at that point. Nicely done here. These Guardians will go down. Like, we need Fire Dragons from Ataraxia, and that is going to be GG. Boneseeker tried to actually repair the Falcons. The Falcons, by the way, needs to get out. Okay. Atla needs builders. He doesn't have builders right now. And in fact, Ataraxia does have a Falcon coming out here. Spy Dragon's going to try and answer it, but it's not going to do anything. Spy Dragon's out for Ataraxia. There's no army from Atla. He's gonna throw in his Harlequin, but she can't survive this. Spy Dragon's going for this Falcon. The Falcon went down. Ataraxia is saving his Spy Dragons. Not a single Spy Dragon has been dead so far. These Spy Dragons are not surviving this push at all. I'm just waiting for Atla to give up here. GG. I think Atla just basically lost the early game. But I also noticed he did some interesting stuff. When I saw him float this much, which is like, by the way, that is game breaking. When you float this much, you usually lose against a player like Ataraxia. And so he tried to like compensate by getting like 2 or 3 extra generators. And I'm just like, maybe get more army, because you are behind in army, you're behind in units. And at some point, especially when more and more of his units died, he had no army. And Ataraxia, on the other hand, he had like 3 Dark Reaper squads. And yeah, the Harlequin cut out, but so did Ataraxia's Harlequin. So yeah, I think... Yeah, I just think that it's small mistakes like that just makes it so Ataraxia ends up winning like this. But obviously, like, Ataraxia also won blow for blow against Atla. It's a tricky situation, and someone like Ataraxia is one of the best Eldar players in the world, so... No shame in losing against him. But yeah, Atla, he's down 1 game. Let's see if Atla can actually try and push back at Ataraxia. I will tell you guys, I've definitely seen Atla play way better than this. So we'll see. But yeah, he's under big pressure because he's against a player like Ataraxia. So let's get into game 2, guys. And let's see if Atla can actually push back here. It's going to be rough, but he might actually have a chance here. If he gets a good map and he's comfortable, he might actually get a comeback. So let's see. Let's get to the second game here, guys. Okay, guys. So for game 2, we actually got Tranquility's End, same matchup. Ataraxia versus Atla. And on the top side, we got Ataraxia. He goes for the same opening as last game. He goes for Bone Singer, 3 Guardians, and Fleet of Foot. I'm sure he goes for the Generator, but he's not queuing it up yet. Yeah. And then Atla going for 2 Guardians instead. Okay. I don't know if this is a good idea. I think 3 Guardians might actually be the shout.
We are here to fulfill
I know there's one point, like one strategic point less on this map compared to Deadly Fun Archaeology. My scroll wheel is trolling me a little bit here. But yeah, there's one strategic point less. But I still think like these Guardians could tie up the Rangers. Warlocks being added is really good. Yeah, it's just yeah, but we'll see. But I have a feeling 3 Guardians is way better than 2 Guardians. But we'll see here. We get a listing shrine being built here. Guardians are just gonna capture the usual stuff. But I think these Rangers will just go down here and kind of camp this area here. And Atla might actually do the same, actually. However, here's the thing. 3 Guardians capturing the map faster. So Atla won't be as effective if he goes over here. So maybe just be defensive here. We'll see here. No Warlock coming in for Atla here, however. Also capturing the outer points very fast for Ataraxia. I think that's very good. Because Rangers can be very tricky. Okay. Kind of F with this. Focusing the Guardians here. But again, no Warlock for Atla. Warlock difference coming in here. Atla, however, has secured the other points, but this is going to be tough. I am not sure if he can actually hold on here. Okay, bit of an exchange here.
We walk our path.
Now going for this relic. Ataraxia is like easily taking his base while still being kind of offensive because he has the extra Guardians. I know I keep harping on this, but I actually kind of felt like that from the get-go, that was going to be a problem. The upside of not getting the early Guardians is if you don't need them, that means you can get more resources for the plasma generator and stuff. But the problem is Atla does need them, so Atla doesn't want to capture this because he knows that someone is coming for him, and he would be right. Problem is, I think it's too much here for Atla. Atla is going to tie up these Rangers, however. That's good. Looks like these Rangers as well are going in here, tying up these Guardians because they are not morale dropped. So going for those who actually has the DPS. However, now the other Guardians is actually up in terms of morale here. Now the 3rd Guardian squad is coming in here for Ataraxia. No critical location capturing, just fight. Looks like Bone Singer's coming in here. Are they gonna do some melee fighting here? They are. Oh, morale drop here again from Atla. Wait a minute, did she fight? Okay, that's not, yeah. Okay, so Atla has Fleet of Foot on. Oh my god, I can't believe he has Fleet of Foot on. Fleet of Foot, guys, does reduce melee accuracy. This means that you can see Ataraxia doesn't have Fleet of Foot on. So he's gonna win this melee fight 100%, and it's not going to be close. These Rangers are getting absolutely murdered here. Oh my god, this is interesting. We have Farts here coming in here for Atla, and he dropped a brutal Psychic Storm here. I really like that. Okay. Farseer is not the worst thing here, actually. Like, she's super expensive, don't get me wrong. She is extremely expensive in terms of power. So that is going to delay the tier 2 here. But that is good. That is a bit of a power spike here for Atla. He's gonna go in here. Now these Dark Reapers are in here. Okay. Oh my god, a whole wipe here. Okay, I kind of like this by Atla. He's now going in on these Dark Reapers. Mind War getting dropped. I kind of like this by Atla. I really F with this. But he doesn't have this. Oh my god. He just goes all in here. He's not giving an F. He's going all in here. Oh, he even has the grenades. I really like this. Atla's going all in here, bro. Yeah, kill these mother effers here. Kill him. Okay, a whole Dark Reaper wipe? Oh, it's so close. How much HP? Come on. Come on. Are you telling me? Less than 30 HP it was, but now it's getting reinforced. Okay. Ataraxia is just capturing this. I kind of like it. I think Ataraxia is... Yeah, he's going for tier 2 very soon. Where's Atla in that respect? Oh, he is going tier 2, but his economy is so bad for it. He's not going to sustain that. This Farseer has been very effective. I think that was a surprise, to be honest. Atla hitting this listing shrine instead. A bit of a mistake.
The burden of leadership lies with us.
I don't know why Atla's capturing this instead of covering his brothers over here, but...
Incoming enemy.
Okay, this Dark Reaper is surviving again? Hello? No Mind War?
You have need.
I think Atla can close the gap here. Nice wipe here. I kind of like that. But Ataraxia is also doing a bit of a counterattack here. I completely forgot about these Rangers, actually. Yeah, still doesn't have this area here, but we still have tier 2. Look at the economy difference. 104 to plus 30 for Ataraxia. 68 to plus 20. Man, that is brutal. And tier 2 is even coming in for Ataraxia. So even though this tier 2 is closing in for Atla, it's not by a mile. It's not much, and he's floating again, even though he's like very low in requisition. Oh, Atla, this is not good. However, a lot of Rangers dying here. Okay. Oh, can Atla maybe... No, he doesn't go for it. He doesn't look. That's because he's busy over here. Oh my god, Ataraxia, you disgusting... Yeah. It is what it is. Ataraxia is here to win. I don't think Atla has ever had this strategic point with this whole game. Okay, enhanced optics are coming in, but so is like Ataraxia is also tier 2. He can also get that upgrade, and he's going for the Harlequin. And Atla can't do it because he doesn't have the economy for it. Oh, that's because he goes support platform instead. Okay, this Farseer has been so affected. I will definitely give credit where credit is due. She's done so much for this Eldar army from Atla, but now he has a new problem. He has to defend this so badly. We have Dark Reapers and Rangers and some Guardians. Good grenade here. Oh my god, Warlock died here, so now they can't detect the Rangers. This is easily decapped here. Atla, please take off. Yeah, nice. He took off the fleet of foot here. Okay, Falcon coming in. Harlequin is now out here for Ataraxia. That basically looks like a GG here. I don't think the Falcon is going to do anything different here. Atla finally got this, but it's gonna get decapped 100%. Farseer is randomly still alive here, even though she's taken such a beating. Atla jumps in with the Rangers. They're gonna one-shot instantly. Farseer is 100% going down. This is GG. I don't know what... Yeah, Atla basically... Yeah, that was easily GG. Ataraxia moves on. I think it was just the opening difference. But also, like... I think Ataraxia was really good at like making sure that he could decap, like running away and then getting back and decapping. I don't know why Atla captured this area instead of actually running over here, but again, it could be a psychological thing. He knows that Ataraxia is an absolute monster. I do think the Farsia was really, really good. I think that was a surprise. She landed a brutal Psychic Storm, but like Atla didn't take off the fleet of foot, which is like... I don't know how that's even like... Because to me... I've seen Atla games, okay? He's way better than this. This is just like him having a really, really bad game. It could be, again, a psychological thing going up against some of the best players in the world. And yeah, I would probably say Ataraxia is one of the best players in the world. Or at least up there. But yeah, going up against very, very, very strong opponents, it sometimes makes you play worse, and you kind of forget about fundamentals. So yeah, Atla just losing straight up. I think the opening was the big difference maker here, and also just in general, just weird decision making. As I said, capturing this instead of defending over here. Yeah, too many mistakes, I think. But I see Atla. I know Atla can play better than this. So, but he's going up against Ataraxia. Ataraxia for sure moves on. We don't know whose opponent what Ataraxia's opponent is yet. That will be for the next video, guys. But for now, I'll just say thank you, guys. I know this is not the same kind of world championship. I am very, very, very rusty. And like the early stage of this tournament will be like this. There's a lot of stomps. There's a lot of like one-sided games, and the main reason for that is just how the format is. It happens that we get one-sided games, but the deeper we go into the tournament, the less one-sided games we will have. But I just enjoyed Dawn of War, bro. I just love Dawn of War, so I want to cast this whole tournament, even though that is probably going to be a nightmare. But it doesn't matter, because I want this tournament to be out. I want you guys to show... I want you guys to see other tournaments for this community, because there are amazing tournaments. BAD Cup 3 is an absolute banger of a tournament. In the next video, we are going to see some more Space Marines. We are probably going to watch Sork, who's the best Space Marine player in the tournament. And yeah, it's going to be fire. I know Alex UK is also coming up here very soon. We have a lot of strong players coming in for this BAD Cup. And the deeper we go into the tournament, the better the quality of the games is going to be. Thank you guys for watching. You are the fucking best. And hopefully I see you in part 2. See you guys. Peace.